step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh yes, it's another beautiful morning and welcome to it. A very good morning. In fact, the very best morning to you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. It's Tuesday, the 11th of February 2020, and what a day it is going to be. We've been saying to you, you need to tune in today between 6 and 9 a.m. because finally we get to reveal the Smooth fans who will be part of Tropica Island of Treasure Season 9 all the way in Curacao. And today you'll get to find out exactly who they are, so make sure that you stay tuned throughout the entire morning to find out who are the people who are going to be fighting it out, battling it out for their share of 1 million rand. But it's going to be an exciting show all around. We'll be crossing live to you from Muizenberg Beach today. Myself and Jamie Lee Domberg will be there. But in fact, right now let's meet the rest of the team, find out how they're doing this morning, how they're feeling, how excited are they about meeting our Tropica Smooth fans.
Oh, very excited indeed, most importantly because it gives us a sneak peek at what's going to be going down on the island of Curacao. Cannot wait to delve into all the smooth fun this morning. So, Princess, so are you excited to meet all of the Tropica contestants today? You're going to be making a lot of coffee. I apologize in advance because they're going to need a kickstart today because we're going to put them through their paces. So, Princess, I want to ask you this because this morning we are having a focus on our health, okay? We all want to take a little bit of time to invest in ourselves and most importantly invest in our health. So how are you gonna, if I had to challenge you today, how are you gonna invest in your health, make yourself more healthy? She's already started. She's already started gymming. I love it. No, done and dusted. You've ticked that box. So we're asking you guys this morning, how are you going to invest in your health? You can finish that sentence for us on our social media platforms. I'm going to invest in my health, ... Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you, dear.
Oh, that's a good question for the day, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, how are you investing in your health this year? Or that sigh, it told a lot, but okay.
I think one thing that I'm trying to do is drink more water.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
unlike
start.
Jamie, for example, is cutting out sugar and all sorts of things, for me, it's just to start by drinking a lot of water.
And how's it working out for you? Are you managing it? Have you found some secret way of being able to drink more water on the daily?
Using a bottle, like a small bottle, instead of glasses, because now you count the number of glasses that you drink, as opposed to drinking a 500 milliliter bottle of water in one go. And for me, it's like, whew, I've done my deed for the day.
Just one bottle?
No, not one bottle. Obviously, like 2, max 3, when I'm really trying my best.
All right. But please do share your thoughts with us. How are you going about investing in your health this year? I mean, it's still early on. We've just hit almost halfway through February. So those goals can still be locked in and you can still be pursuing them. Don't give up quite yet. Yeah,
it's not too late at all. I mean, Valentine's is coming.
Yep.
Perfect look for date night. What's your go-to look?
Oh, my go-to look would probably be, because I mean, you don't want to go too overboard with Valentine's, right? So a nice jacket, good, clean white tee, jeans, and a comfortable pair of sneakers. So that when you get to the restaurant, wherever you are, take the jacket off, maybe hang it over a chair, maybe over your lady's shoulders.
Ooh, I like that.
You're still looking kind of nice and stylish, ready to go out for a relaxed kind of night.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be suiting and tying it up.
Not for Valentine's.
For Valentine's Day.
I get it.
I don't know. What about you?
Absolutely, this jumper from Audition. This is like my go-to, but I'd pair it up with a pair of sneakers instead of like heels. I love the color. It's very light. It's very fun, and it's a jumpsuit, so you can be like extremely comfortable with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's a good look to go with.
Than't you, Kat.
Well, let's know.
Appreciate it.
How do you go about putting together a look for Valentine's Day? And in fact, have you made plans for Valentine's Day? Are you scrambling for last-minute bookings? Don't worry, we won't judge. Valentine's is coming.
Hey, where's your boyfriend?
So maybe your health plans, your beautification plans all do tie into Valentine's Day, but most importantly, we just want you to be happy and healthy out there. It might start with just one small adjustment. As the team was saying, it might be something like introducing a bit more water. Maybe like Princess, you want to start going to gym. So we're asking you guys on our social media platforms this morning to inspire us with that one thing that you are doing. So you've got to finish this sentence and you've got to fill in that blank. I'm investing in my health today by, and I stress today because it's not about what you're going to do tomorrow or a long-term plan. It's what you're going to start doing today. Make it a manageable goal. Make it something that you can introduce right now. So maybe it is something as simple as just treating yourself a bit better, giving yourself the respect and the time to look after yourself by taking a moment out of your day to just invest in yourself. Let us know what that one thing is. Hit us up on all of our social media platforms. We'd love to hear from you.
Well, it's just gone 5 minutes past 6, and here are your news headlines on this Tuesday morning. On the national front, the High Court in Pretoria has dismissed Eskom's urgent bid to have electricity tariffs doubled. The court has decided the matter is not urgent, but will still ventilate the merits of the case. Eskom is seeking relief from NERSA's multi-year price determination decision, which would have seen tariffs increase by 17% over the next 2 years. Meanwhile, Eskom says it would respect the High Court's decision, but added that it was encouraged by the judge's statement that there was merit to its case. Meanwhile, the Basic Education Department says it wishes to increase the penalty for parents and guardians from 6 months to 6 years imprisonment who do not ensure that their children are in school. This as the department seeks to amend sections of the South African Schools Act. It also wants home learners to be assessed annually by registered assessors at the parents' own cost. Of the some 100,000 home scholars that are in South Africa, only 1,500 are registered as required. Taking a look at international headlines this morning, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres says the relationship between the UN and South Africa remains solid as the country plays an important role on the continent. Speaking at the AU summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Guterres said South Africa played a significant role towards peace and security processes in Africa. He added that South Africa is also a very devoted country as it continues to show its commitment to honor human rights regulations. Meanwhile, Bangladeshi authorities have suspended a high school headmaster who cut the hair of some 50 students in an effort to discipline them, sparking protests in many towns, police said yesterday. Sekandar Ali, headmaster of Johari High School in Baraingram town, started cutting the boys' hair with a barber's scissor on Saturday afternoon, creating panic among the students. The 60-year-old teacher had an old-school mentality and wanted to punish the students for keeping undisciplined long hair, the police chief said. And now a true rags to riches story from the West Rand. She noticed a long queue of people with lotto best slips at a cafe in Roodepoort and realized they had to be pursuing something big. So the once-in-a-while lottery player from Soweto scrounged for a 5 rand coin in her bag and manually selected her numbers. And the rest is then history. This weekend, the same woman bagged a 114 million rand Powerball. Speaking to YouTuber operator of SA's lottery, she said she rented a back room in Soweto for which she could not always pay the rent. Her 4 children lived with her mother, and now she says she can afford her own house and car, spend time with her children and prepare scrumptious meals for them, something she always yearned of doing. With 114 million rand well invested, this should not be much of a problem. And turning our gaze to the world of entertainment, Parasite, a foreign film made and based in South Korea, won big at Sunday night's Academy's awards ceremony in Los Angeles and made history in doing so. The dark comedy thriller took home the awards for Best International Feature Film, Best Original Screenplay, Best Director, as well as the big prize of the evening, which is the Best Picture, making it the first ever non-English language film to do so. More on this later on in our entertainment report. Well, that's all we have for you at the top of the hour. Right now, let's take a quick look at the world of sports with Graham Richards.
Thanks so much, Kat. Let's kick it off with rugby. The University of Witwatersrand claiming a very narrow 7-6 win over the University of Johannesburg at the Wits Rugby Stadium in round 2 of the brand new Varsity Cup season. Matthew McDonald scoring the only try of the match and was converted while UJ managed only 2 penalties in a very low-scoring affair. Other results from last night saw UCT's Ikeys beat NW Pucker 31-22, Tuks off CUT 40-23, and UWC narrowly beating out Shimlas 29-28 at Shimla Park. Park. And staying with rugby, Lions' eighth man Willem Alberts will miss his side's derby against the Stormers. That's in round 3 of Super Rugby on Saturday after sustaining an injury to his bicep. The team announced that Alberts' injury has not fully recovered yet, but the likes of Jumbo Lengo and Ross Crinier have both overcome injuries and will be available for selection. That match between the Lions and Stormers will take place at the Emirates Airline Park at 3 on Saturday. Then on to football, there will be 2 Nedbank Cup last 32 fixtures this evening with Polokwane City up against Baraka FC and then Zizwe United facing off against Happy Wanderers. These 4 teams will be fighting for a spot in the Cup round of 16. Rise and Shine is hoping to reach the last 16 for the first time since 2016. The match against Baraka will take place at the Peter Makaba Stadium. And the match between Zizwe and the Wanderers, that'll be taking place at the Athlone Stadium. Both matches kicking off at 7:30 tonight. Get down and support if you can. And we'll delve a little deeper into all of those stories as we progress. Right now, let's get a broader sweep of your weather.
A very good morning to you. It's time for us to have the first look at the weather this morning. But first, as we do every morning, we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Our regular photographer, Ndogozo Makatini, sent us this amazing sunrise from Johannesburg, where partly sunny conditions are expected with a shower or thunderstorm in spots this afternoon, reaching a maximum of 25 degrees. Thank you so much for your sunrise pictures. Now, this one comes from Gerald Houghton. He sent us this beautiful sunrise from Emanzimtoti, where mainly cloudy conditions are expected with occasional morning rain, reaching a maximum of 26 degrees. We love seeing those pictures. Please keep them going, keep them flowing on our social media using the hashtag Expresso Show. Now to have a look at the temperatures for the rest of the country, starting off in Polokwane. Thunderstorms are expected for Polokwane at a low of 16, reaching a high of 22 degrees. Thunder showers as well are to be expected in Mbombela with a low of 18 and reaching a high of 19. Pretty low temperatures in Mbombela this Tuesday morning. Now heavy rainfalls for Pretoria at a minimum of 14, reaching a maximum of 27 degrees. And the lowest temperature in the country goes to Johannesburg with a low of 12 degrees, reaching a high of 25. It's a partly cloudy day in Mahikeng at a minimum of 16, peaking at 30 today, and occasional rain for Klerksdorp at 14, reaching a high of 28. Kimberley, 18 to 29, and high humidity for Bloemfontein at a low of 14, reaching a high of 27. It's a partly cloudy day as well in Richards Bay, with temperatures ranging from 19, reaching a high of 28 degrees. A couple of showers for Pietermaritzburg with a low of 16, reaching a high of 21. Now, South Africa's playground Durban is a rainy day today with a low of 22, reaching a high of 27. Down to the Eastern Cape's Mthatha with a low of 15, reaching a high of 23 degrees. And northeasterly wind of 20 kilometers an hour in Mondi at a low of 18, peaking at 26. Kredok, 13:30. It's going to be a sunny day in Kredok. And Port Elizabeth, my hometown, a low of 19, reaching a high of 25. High humidity for George at 17, peaking at 26. Sutherland, it's a sunny day that peaks at 30 degrees today with a low of 15. Southeasterly wind of 18 kilometers an hour in Cape Town with a low of 18, reaching a high of 28. Now, if you're in Worcester, your temperatures are at a low of 20 degrees, reaching a high of 36. And Springbok, 19, also peaking at 36 today. And the highest temperature in the country goes to Uppington with a peak of 36 degrees and a low of 24. Doesn't matter which part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a fantastic Tuesday morning.
Well, as promised, it's going to be a jam-packed morning indeed. And of course, chief among those reasons is because today you'll be getting to find out who the 6 Smooth fans are that'll be competing for their share of 1 million rand on the island of Curacao in Tropica Island of Treasure, Season 9. The chairs are all set out for them. The mood in the studio is buzzing with excitement, and you'll be getting to meet them right after the break, right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. It's a Tuesday morning, and an exciting one it is indeed. Now, last year we introduced you to the 6 celebrity contestants of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao. And of course, Tropica then appealed to South Africans out there to submit their auditions online. And after receiving thousands of entry videos, we are finally ready to announce the lucky 6 Tropica Smooth fans right here on your feel-good breakfast show. I mean, are you ready to meet the smoothest fans who are going to Curacao? Yes? I certainly hope so. Anyway, so here we go. First up, put your hands together for Caldine Weingart. She's based in Cape Town and enjoys the hustle and bustle of city life. Give her a round of applause, come on. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Take a seat, take a seat. Welcome to you. And next up, we have Sipose Tutolo. Now, he's a vibrant and passionate creative, living it up in the streets of Johannesburg. Give it up! Little shimmy dance there, man. Now, she's funny, active, and has a flair for creativity. Our next contestant is Janeske Rademan from Citrusdal. Lekker Citrusdal. Now, he might be the youngest contestant, but we shouldn't underestimate the guy with the confidence of a lion. Well, here he is, Tropica. Give it up for Darren Solomon!
Yeah.
What?
Get him, Darren.
Now, she's got gains, looks, and the personality to match. Let's meet the competitive Siasanga Mfenyane all the way from Johannesburg. Welcome to you, milady. Now, fitness is his lifestyle, and by the looks of it, he probably works, eats, and sleeps all at the gym. Our final consumer contestant, Trevor Logaway. Originally from White River. Welcome, guys. This is exciting times for all of you, and I'm wondering what might be going through your minds at this very moment right now in front of national TV. As I said, we received thousands of entries, and among them all, you are the lucky 6 who get to make it onto Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao. What's going through your mind right now?
This is crazy.
Summerwell, you 1 million.
Now, what do you think is it that made you stand out of the crowd and make it to the top 6?
Trevor.
Go full on. Go full on. For me, I don't know, my vibrant personality, the bangs,
But that's the thing, don't tell people your lines beforehand. In terms of the competition itself, what are you looking forward to most, Darren?
Oh, just an experience. Yeah. I definitely want to challenge all these other contestants.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, jeez. Well, really got to challenge you.
Boom. Leg it down. What about you, Sipho?
Man, I'm just looking forward to the island. Just the island, like I've never been.
Crystal clear beach.
Crystal clear beaches.
Oh, yeah.
Sand between my toes. Oh,
Tropica.
1 million rand. I don't know about you, but I'm taking it on, man.
No.
Janeske, what about you? I mean, you've already laid down the competition gauntlet, but what are you most
Well, I don't want them to think, oh, it's just a blonde girl.
Okay.
you are the only blonde.
I am actually.
Blondes have more fun, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will bring it.
Absolutely. So listen, we introduced all of South Africa to the 6 celebrity contestants. Of course, you know them by name by now. Nadia Jafta, Specialist Vazis, Simpiwe Ngema, Boer Bosch, KCB, and of course, Ntando Duma. So have you kind of thought who you'd love to be paired up with throughout the competition? Sia?
I have 3 options. I would tell you who, but I have different reasons.
Tell us.
We need to know. Summary, all of them. I know exactly what I want.
So there's a first, a second, and a third.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Janeske, do you have a preference?
I do, but now I'm like, she didn't say hers. So I'm like, do I tell mine? Is this going to be like a geheimzinnige ding hierdie?
I'm going to stake my claim. I'm going to stake my claim.
Does anybody know what that means? Anybody?
Secretive.
Thank you.
There we go.
Guys, my brain's buffering.
All right, so I guess that's it. Are you guys all playing your cards close to your chest?
Look, I'm about to say, because I want people to know who I'm gunning for.
Okay.
So just so you guys know,
Case of limits.
All right.
Done.
Okay.
I'm getting it.
Okay.
Anybody else want to lay it down like that so we all know what's up?
I mean, I have two options at this point. It's between Vazi and Ndando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two most vibrant people on the island, I think.
All right, all right.
Mine's definitely Kay and Vazi.
I think Vazi's a good bet. He's a physical guy from what I've seen, and he'll bring it to the table. Nora Jefta's the only one from Cape Town, so she's might be a good possibility. You know, keeping our Cape Town roots.
Okay.
All right.
It's a good
Flip in
strategy.
the Cape Town city. All right, guys. Well, South Africa, there you have it. After thousands of entries, we have our 6 smooth Tropica fans. But of course, you at home, head on over to our Facebook page and let us know who your favorite consumer contestant is based on what you've seen right now. And of course, remember to use hashtag TIOT9 and hashtag Tropica as well. Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao returns to SABC3 on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. from the 3rd of March with a repeat on Saturdays at 8 p.m. So make sure that you don't miss out on any of that action.
They all look so cool, hey?
It's a cool bunch, a vibrant bunch. That seems to be the key word this morning, vibrant.
Vibrant.
Having met them, obviously, behind the scenes, they all seem like an awesome group of people up for a good game. So, good luck. Good luck.
I'm sure they're going to have fun. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and they're going to be coming to terms with beach life because they're going to be spending a lot of time and being challenged on the beach. And in fact, we're all about that beach life at the moment. In fact, protecting one of our most beautiful beaches. This morning, Jamie Lee is going to be taking part in a beach cleanup.
Good morning, you beautiful people. It's Jamie Domber crossing live from Museum Beach this morning. Now, I have a question for you. If you're looking for an opportunity to volunteer, why not try a beach cleanup? Yes, absolutely. A beach cleanup is such a good idea to help the environment, but also eliminate the trash from our oceans. I think so often we spend our time at the beach and we forget about the plastic that actually goes into the ocean. Now, today, to help us eliminate and focus on how we can ensure a better environment, from Sapphire is Miles Mina. Good morning.
Morning, Jamie.
Morning. Take me through it. What does Sapphire stand for? What is your involvement and how is it important that you guys get involved in helping cleaning up the beach?
Yeah, so Sapphire is a South African Pelagic Fishing Industry Association.
Okay.
It consists of a lot of fishing companies that hold rights in the pelagic industry. And part of the objective of the Sapphire is to promote sustainable and responsible fishing. And part of that is also creating awareness for waste. How people get involved is we've got a website, we've got all over social media. They can just check it out on Sapphire, on the Instagrams and on Twitter. Yeah, so basically it's just a group of companies. The association looks after the rights of the interests of those companies, and yeah, just giving back to the community.
I love that. Why do you think it's so important for people to get involved in this initiative?
So part of Sapphire is also through responsible and sustainable fishing is to ensure that there's fish in the sea for generations to come, and I think that's why we collab with some of the youth, because I think in the future this is their playground, and it's just important to create awareness for plastic and responsible recycling and responsible discarding of waste.
How often do you guys get involved in cleaning up of the beaches, and who can get involved?
Yeah, so we've done a few last year. I think we've done about 4 last year, and this is the first of many coming forward for 2020. So if the youth want to get involved, schools want to get involved, they can just go onto our social media platforms.
I love it. You guys are here with Africa Ablaze today. They're helping the beach cleanup. That's super amazing. You said the website is?
It's www.sapphire.org, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And any future projects happening for 2020? What is more involvement that you guys are looking forward to throughout the year?
Yeah, I think basically the objective is just to create awareness for waste along the beach. We're also planning many beach cleanups on the coast, especially on the west coast as well. But when people want to get involved, they know where to go.
Love it. Love having you, Miles Mina. I think that we're challenging absolutely everyone today to go out there, go to your nearest beach, make sure that you're taking the initiative to clean up the ocean, clean up the trash, because of course we are leaving this for future generations. Miles Mina, Jamie Domber crossing to you live from Museum Beach. Back to you guys in the studio, but a little later we are doing fitness Tuesdays with Africa Ablaze and Glenda Jones. Back to you guys. Mwah.
absolutely appreciate seeing people, you know, doing their part in saving the environment for future generations, because this princess asiphelelanga apha sizoba nabantwana. Tomorrow abantwana bethu bazokhula njani when the oceans are filled with plastic or paper. So you also do your part at home by making sure you don't litter just anywhere. But right now it's time for me to get that injection of coffee, my favorite.
Yes.
Oh, cappuccino with hazelnut syrup from Mrs. Princess. Nothing like starting off the morning with this cup of coffee. But so much more from Muizenberg Beach with Jamie Lee Domberg. All of that action after this.
Only the highest grade Arabica beans. McCafe. Great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. It is the 11th of February. Beautiful Tuesday morning, and we're going to embrace it, and we're going to embrace being parents of fun-loving kids. We absolutely love kids to embrace life. We want them to be talkative. We know it can also, though, be a challenge to get them to sit down in one place and get their work done without any distractions. I think a lot of parents can relate there. But having a curious, busy mind is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, we want to foster that as much as possible. And if you feel your child needs some assistance to improve their concentration and focus, or maybe that they are having a little bit of trouble kind of quietening a very busy mind, there are some natural alternatives out there that can really help. And here to tell us about a brilliant range is pharmacist and national training manager for Relief Pharmaceuticals, Sean Willard. Sean, welcome back, buddy.
Right.
Let's focus.
Just
focus, buddy. Focus.
Exactly.
I've got a very talkative child. He's very young, but I've been thinking a lot about when I move into that phase of going into big school and him having to actually knuckle down and stop talking and focus. He loves to get involved and work, but trying to get him to focus on one thing for any prolonged amount of time is quite a challenge. And I think for a lot of parents, this really is something challenging, which piqued my interest. You've got a couple of things you're going to be chatting about this morning, but let's talk first about the Dr. Daycare range, Focus and Concentration Syrup. The name says it all.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, it's a pertinent subject. I've got about 5 or 6 different teachers in our family tree. So needless to say, lots of conversations happen around the table talking about focus and concentration. And it's a beautiful natural product. Again, it's got Mauritius pine bark in it. And so it works for attentiveness. It works for concentration, for hyperactivity, all those things that moms and dads want for their little ones, but they want a more natural alternative as a first step, you know. So lovely syrup just to try as a as a first step. I mean, there are medications out there, but a lot of the moms want to go first step, natural, and let's go for there from there.
Completely. You want to, I think, give them, again, feeding into that idea of holistic health. You want to start with something that's not too strong, too crazy, but something, because there is a stigma attached to a lot of the pharmaceuticals that go with that.
Absolutely.
There is a natural fear attached. So something that is natural is a fantastic first step. When, though, can you start taking it?
Yeah, so these, both the ones we're talking about today are from 6 years of age, from school-going age. And I think that's the perfect time, because that's really when we want the kids just to be a little bit more in focus and concentrate during the day. And yeah, but not be, not have all the side effects of medications.
Completely.
Yeah.
When and how would you take it in the daily routine? Something that you take when you wake up, or how can you?
Correct, yeah. So when you come to the focus and concentration, that specifically would be taken, I suggest, in the morning. I think that's the best time to take it for a kid, because that's when you want to get the best benefit. And again, depending on the age, it might be 5 mils or it might be 10 mils.
Looking at the perfect partner, the balance, because I find as well in my own experience, trying to calm a busy child's mind, there is often a level of anxiety I can pick up attached to being a very hyperactive child. Talk me through calm and ease.
Yeah, and I think this is definitely one, if not both of them, that I should have used. I think on my report card, it used to say Sean has ants in his pants. But I had a mother phone me the other day and just thanked me for this calm and ease, and specifically because she said, not only is my kid sleeping better, but I'm sleeping better because I'm feeling more calm as well, because my child is calm. So it's got a beautiful combination of the valerian, the bacopa, and the lemon balm in it. And it's just a great combination all around, just to help with a little bit of mental stress and just sleep disturbances. It's not a sedative per se, but it will just help them to relax.
So here I'm seeing the perfect kind of, again, holistic. I know you use that word a lot, but something for the day, something for the morning, and something for the night.
But absolutely, I think that's brilliant. We've talked about the other Dr. Daycare ranges that can be taken in the morning or symptomatically for allergies and nausea and vomiting. But when it comes to focus and concentrate, perfect time in the morning, and why not the calm and ease in the evening?
And then looking at the broad spectrum of the Dr. Daycare range, are these things that you can take all concurrently? Can you wake up, have your vitamin load, boost your immune system, get your concentration down, and then hit your day?
Absolutely, 100%. I love what about the Dr. Daycare. It's not going to be, the Immunomulti certainly is not going to be a stimulant in any way. It's just going to help with the immune system. So taking it together with the other products, no problem at all. And again, all of them are nappy coded, all available at leading pharmacies and health stores.
I love that. So you can claim from your medical aid. That is vastly important. But this is brilliant. I love the fact that we've got a healthy alternative, somewhere to start. So for parents who are feeling that anxiety, and they don't want that anxiety to transfer to their little ones, but I think most importantly, want to give their child the best platform to be able to go out there, be healthy, embrace school, learn, concentrate, and sleep a little bit better. We have now got the full spectrum within the Dr. Daycare range. Absolutely brilliant. If your little one needs some extra support with their concentration and focus, or maybe just easing their nerves and your nerves as a nice secondary effect, then Dr. Daycare's new range is tasty. It's a natural alternative that can be found at all leading pharmacies and health stores nationwide. Brilliant. You sure I can't take it?
Hello, Dr. Daycare. The new range of Dr. Daycare syrup has been specifically formulated for kids as a tasty, tooth-friendly syrup. Feeling better has never tasted so good.
Did you say you want to take some Dr. Daycare yourself?
I said I might just need it for myself, actually.
Are you feeling a little anxious?
A little anxious, not proper sleep at night.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
I actually need to ask if it works on adults.
You know what? We can consult. We can consult during the ad break. But listen, there's lots happening on today's show, as you can see. I don't know if you can see right now, but we're about to show you that the team from Africa Ablaze are getting ready to give us a dance performance that includes a little bit of
Looks like so much fun.
From Muizenberg Beach. Jamie Lee's going to be joining them, right?
Yes, she's right there in the middle. Can you see her?
Oh, there she is.
There she's waving at us.
I'm looking left, right, and I'm like, oh, what? I should have just noticed the short hair. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's absolutely going to be a lot of fun. You can catch all of that action and so much more right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show after this.
Apply for your American Express Gold or Platinum card and get 20% off your food bill, or a complimentary appetizer, or a free bottle of wine every time you use your card at participating taste restaurants around the country. Apply now at americanexpress.co.za.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show this Tuesday morning, where we are all about hashtag Tropica. Hashtag Tropica. Say it again with me. Hashtag Tropica. That's because Tropica Island of Treasure, of course, known for challenging all of the contestants mentally, physically, and socially. But above all else, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that will change someone's life forever. And we're about to find out how our Smooth fans are doing in anticipation of this year's season on the island of Curacao. And each of you had to go through an audition process. What was that like for you? I'll start with you, Trevor.
I'll be honest, it was pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah?
I mean, the initial video is always fun, and it's just you and your camera, and that's chill because you can do it from anywhere. But then the next stage, when we went to like live auditions, then it's got a bit hair-raising.
Starts kicking in a bit, yeah.
But it was cool. It was fun. It was a cool experience. I think we all had our own little thing, and yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, Darren?
Well, mine was very much the Cape Town based, so I was actually in the auditions in a line with a whole bunch of other people.
Okay.
And they were also, it was very much interesting. They were all like quiet, like soft-spoken, and I was like, I need to come in here hot. I need to be spicy. So I was just like, this is me, you know, and I knew one from last year, and I was like, I looked at him, I was like, I know I'm better than him. Wow. I can definitely do this. I just went all out.
You proclaimed that you're better than Brendan Baker. That's what you said.
If he wants to challenge me, I'll see him.
Wherever
you know that guy can he can one arm lift the Hilux, right? He's like, just say.
I can do that in my sleep.
I've got your back.
Seth, what about you, man?
Oh, man, it was thrilling. Such a thrilling experience. I mean, the people that I met there as well, like the atmosphere was electrifying. I got there and I just did my thing. I was just me, and I guess they liked that.
Got to do with the
Come on,
See, how was your audition process?
My experience was very chilled. The one question that they asked me, I was just like, was, can you swim in the ocean? So this is me. I definitely go to the beach just to take pictures for safety. But I swim in a pool, so surely I can swim in the ocean. Same. I'm telling you the truth, so you know. And then they called me 2 days later. Hi, can you please send us a video of you swimming? In the ocean. In the ocean. They couldn't believe. They probably thought I was a slay queen or something. I proved them wrong. I was doing them laps.
No offense to any slay queens. We know that you can swim in the ocean.
Yes. Love, peace, and happiness.
Yeah, what about you? What is your audition process?
Well, now I feel like it was pretty nerve-wracking, like Trevor said. I mean, it's a super nice approach, sending a video and like having your own twist on it.
Yeah.
And then when you're going to the live auditions and you need to answer all those questions. And I'm like, no, Janeska, just don't take yourself too seriously. Just have fun with it. So when they asked me, like from 1 to 5, 1, like, you need to swim doggy paddle, and 5, you Olympic swimmer, I'm like, I'm going to say 5. I can do Olympic. I remember this.
You know that you can't factually say that, right? If 5 is an Olympic swimmer, you're not an Olympic swimmer.
See, so that's why I think I got the phone call as well. Like, Janeska, can you please send me a Can you swim? I'm like, yes, I can. And I remember I had to send the video. I'm like, but I don't have a pool. Can I use my bath?
Did you swim in your bath?
Your bath. Guys.
It's got a bougie bath then, eh?
10 out of 10 for innovation there. What about you, Kaldeen?
So this is the second time I've auditioned for Tropica Island of Treasure.
Okay.
The first time I did it was only live auditions, so that was super, super scary. I was just like...
You have to get in line. Once you get into the room, the cameras are there. Do your thing.
And then people are just like, tell us about yourself. And you're like, I'm great. So that was really scary. And I love the video audition because I could actually, again, like Janeska said, you can tweak what you're putting in. You can be like, okay, cool. These are my strengths. This is what I can't do.
Yeah,
and that made it amazing.
Is that a Rubik's Cube?
Girl, I did that Rubik's Cube. I was like,
wait, did you really?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
It took longer than in the video. I sped it up a little bit, but I got there. At the end,
amazing.
it doesn't matter. I got there, exactly. But so that was fun. And like in the gym, everything that I really worked hard and I put in the effort for this season, and I'm so glad it paid off.
Well done. Congratulations, and well done for persisting as well and not giving up. And I want to also find out about, I mean, obviously the shared R1,000,000 between you and your partner is a big motivation. Yes. Are there any other motivating factors that made you want to enter the competition? Darren, I'll start with you this time.
Yeah, for me, it's I definitely want to. If I win, I definitely want to use that money to invest, help friends and family financially, and then also donate some of that money to the charity of my choice. So that's basically the goal in mind. And of course, for personal benefits as well.
Yeah.
But you're so honest, eh?
For the Instagram followers.
Yeah. You got to flex here and there, you know.
Gets me laughing. Sid, what about you, man?
Definitely help our friends and family. Of course, personal development as well, you know, something to myself. And another motivating factor was I mean, I've never been to an island, Curacao. I've never heard of it until now.
Right.
So I was just like, island, definitely, I'm game. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya?
For me, that R500,000 was like, okay, I definitely can't be a R500,000 winner without a car. So screw. I'm going to get myself a screw first. First and foremost, then I'm definitely going to give my sister some.
Oh, okay.
That's my love. I love her. And then I was also going to give some to my alma mater, Queenstown Girls High, just to give back to my old school, my high school. So that's what I'm going to do when I win. When I win, guys. So you guys are just...
Oh, girl.
That's what it's there.
She's already doing donuts around. She's imagining donuts in her screw.
You guys are just here for the aesthetic. To be very honest.
Just to decorate my palace. Yaneska, what about you? What was some of your other motivating factors?
So I thought, like, I also am going to give some money to the cats and the dogs.
Okay.
To planting trees, you know. Guys, I don't know. I feel like, yes, it will be a blessing to win, but I mean, I'm here. It feels like it's an experience.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if you win the money, it will be a #blessed. I would love to, like, fund myself to create projects and to skip werk for other people.
That means create.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got you.
Insert subtitles here.
I think you guys could make a pretty good duo, just like as, you know, Caldina as your translator, you know, that kind of vibe.
If you want to donate, you can.
But that's
donate to my
awesome.
dog.
But then as well, like, everyone is saying you're also going to donate. Can I aansoek doen? Like,
So you
can you donate to me?
You can donate to my dog.
Okay, all right. You can make that application a bit later. What about you, Caldine?
Like Darren said, he's giving to the charity of his choice. Me, right now, I am the charity of my choice.
Yeah.
So I am just raking in, paying off those student debts, getting that done.
Yeah.
Very big thing for me. And then you're just really funding myself, like Yaneska says. Hers is to do projects. Mine is really to kind of develop myself as someone in the industry, in the freelance industry. So that's my plan.
All right, Trevor?
You know, I mean, I also do have foundations and charities I'm involved with, so definitely that, but not like any of these others here. I have a wife that I have to fund.
Facts.
Wow.
So,
is she your foundation?
I feel sorry for the foundation.
My foundation.
Because the foundations are going to get this much probably, and Daniela's going to get that.
She is
Well, I'm sure she'll be very, very happy to be hearing that right now.
I hope I'm earning brownie points. Right?
Or just before Valentine's Day, you definitely are, man. You definitely are.
So I need to win.
Well, as you can tell, it's getting hot in here in the Expresso studio this morning, so stay tuned for more #Tropica action from our smoothest fans, and also head on to our Facebook page and vote for your favorite among our #Tropica smooth fans here using #Tropica. And of course, remember that Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao returns to SABC3 on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. This is from the 3rd of March, and with repeats on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Make sure you don't miss out on any of that action.
What would you do with 500K?
500K, wow.
Hey?
I mean, I'd also like clear a few of my student debts. I think that's the priority. And then after that, I'm sure a lot of people would say invest it somewhere.
I'd go to an island. I'd take myself to an island. We are now going to have a little bit of fun. Jamie is standing by with an incredible dance outfit, Africa Ablaze, to get a different kind of fitness on.
Good morning, you beautiful beautiful people. Jamie Domber crossing live from Musenberg Beach this morning. As you can see, I ditched the face beat, ditched the eyelashes. We are doing all things fitness this morning. It's Inspirational Tuesday. We are getting our fitness on this morning. Now, if you're like me, who doesn't like going to the gym or running, and you maybe want to do something a bit sexy and spicy today, then dancing is the way to do it. Now, of course, from Africa Blaze, Glenda Jones is here to take us through our Tuesday fitness this morning. Good morning! Good morning, girls! Very exciting, indeed. Africa Blaze, I've watched you guys grow from a company now to an empire. Take me through the journey.
Yeah, I started in my backyard when I was 5 years old. I didn't have the opportunity to go to dance school, given the poverty-stricken area and position that I was in. But what I did do was every day of my life, I danced. I danced for everything. I danced when the sun came up. I danced when the rain came down. I danced when the poor children had food to eat. And so, yeah, so my whole life has just been a celebration. Yeah.
Why do you think dance is so important in a community? And like you're saying, for giving back and for the community, why do you think that is?
I think it's because it's such a unifying form of movement, in the sense that it's not only about doing the exercises routinely and starting to feel like, oh, when is this done? Dance is just so alive and it's so personal as well. So when we do dance and we put all kinds together, there is one unified understanding. I am a wonderful human being. I have a lot of energy and I have a lot of reason to say thank you, God, and celebrate what we have.
Yeah. Your energy is giving me so much life right now. But what I see here, it's not just the youngsters. I see seniors here. Everyone is getting involved with it.
Absolutely.
Take us through it, why it's so beneficial for everyone to enjoy this form of dance.
Very much so. I think that when people that are a little older than the people standing right behind you, they almost give up, and they give up on loving life, and they give up on smiling, and they give up on celebrating the small things that happen. The sun comes out. We don't celebrate that anymore. We don't celebrate just having a true friendship. So there's a lot of nice things that we can jam pack and make us, into a very, very consummate human being. Someone that not only enjoys my own personal space, but yours as well, and the next person, and so on. So there's a lot of good that comes from this. And I think when people stop dancing, they stop enjoying life. Because, the whole thing about dance, it's a euphoric experience. It says, I am alive, I am well, and I'm ready to spread the joy. Yeah.
You are ready to spread the joy, indeed. It is Fitness Tuesdays on Expresso Show.
Yes.
You're going to take me through a count of 8, and then we're going to get into our work. And now everyone at home is going to do this along in the front room. So get ready for this. What is our first count of 8?
Our first move is point.
Points?
Points. We bring everything together. We take everything away. Right, so let's like that.
Okay.
And we go. Point, point, jump in, jump out. Now we're going to say, step down, step up, step down, step up. Smack, smack. Roll the bag, fling it. Now we're gonna cool. Okay, I got you guys. Middle. Roly poly. Okay, are you guys ready to do it full time? Are you guys ready? Okay, everybody, you at home, you're gonna do it. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
Africa Blaze, everyone, for Fitness Tuesdays here on Expresso Morning Show. We are continuing part 2 in just a little while. Back to you guys in studio. Mwah! Mwah!
Well done.
Jamie's the dancer, actually.
Really?
Yeah, she used to be
she
part
was
of
like
a
a hip-hop vibe. She was part of a crew. She was part of a crew. She took
Was
that
deep
very, very
within.
well. I dig the whole Africa Blaze vibe. Glenda's cool. Danny's awesome. But they do it for themselves. They're putting on awesome productions. They've got a cool developmental structure there. Just so cool. What a gorgeous, beautiful, healthy, young group of people.
Absolutely, and they look like they are
awesome,
vibing,
man.
having the time of their life out
Then,
there in music.
is it your birthday today? Well, maybe we've got a birthday message for you after the break.
I Venus. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you. Oh, yeah, get down with your bad self. Welcome back. You are live with Expresso, and time to celebrate those birthdays on a Tropica Smoothie-inspired show. We've got our consumer contestants who will be competing for the grand honors at Curacao and Tropica Island of Treasure here. But right now, the focus shifts to you at home who are celebrating your birthdays.
Absolutely, man. It is the 11th of February. If you are celebrating your birthday today, you are celebrating with hip-hop star Nasty C.
Oh.
Now, Nasty C was born in Johannesburg, raised in KZN, and his career took off 5 years ago when he was the youngest recipient of an award at the 2015 South African Hip Hop Awards for his debut single, Juice Back. Do you know the song? My Juice Back. Yes, that's him.
Young, eh?
He was so young. He's so young. Fast forward to 2020, as seen on his Instagram, he's been spotted all over the world with prominent hip-hop figures such as DaBaby, Post Malone, and Birdman rubs hands like Birdman. He's now working on his third album, Zulu Man with Some Power, and he turns 22 today.
Young.
Meaning he was like, what, 17?
12. That's incredible. He's built an empire and he has gone global, which is cool. And he's certainly, I mean, his standard is at a global level as well. He's absolutely awesome. Happy birthday, brother man. So let's move on to some other celebrities. I'm talking about you guys at home. Happy birthday to Kay. Happy sweet 16, Kay Alexander. More blessings for you, Angel. Stay as sweet as you are. That's coming to you with lots of love from your mummy, your daddy, Auntie Lynn, Uncle Kelvin, and Grandma Bina. Then a happy first birthday.
Aww.
Look at it. Look at it. Leo King, you are a king, man. For a full year, it's been just me, you, and our very supportive family. You have graced our lives for a full year and brought all the love and joy we could ever dream of. We love you, King. May God bless you more, my baby.
Such
That's
a
too
cutie
sweet
pie,
and a beautiful
man.
message as well. And then we move on to a happy 25th birthday to my son, Askar. Have an awesome day, and that's coming to you with lots of love from your mum. And a happy 4th birthday to our lovely princess, Kumo Entle. May the good God grant you with many more years to come. I love you so much from your mom and from your dad. And I'll do one more. Yeah, happy 5th birthday to my boy, Adam Rittles. Happy birthday, Adam.
Happy birthday, Adam.
Mommy loves you very much. Also to his angel twin brother in heaven, we love and miss you so much. That's from your mommy, your sister Lene, and brother Aiden. A lot of emotion. Beautiful, beautiful message there. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. This one goes to you, Sri. Happy birthday to you. May you be blessed more on your birthday and future. Have a blessed day from your mom. And this one goes to Katie. Happy 11th birthday to my son. May God bless you with many more, and may you have an awesome day. Love you, love, mom, and your siblings.
Cade. Cool
Cade. Such a cool gent, hey? And the last one goes to Mrs. Seelan.
Seelan, I wish my beautiful wife a happy 41st birthday. Stay blessed. I love you. And that's coming from your hubby, who does indeed love you. And we love you guys just as much. Thank you so much for those messages. You can send them to birthdays@cordova.tv if you've got a birthday coming up, or WhatsApp us a cool video, 07164065551. Those are birthdays. We'll get into a few more a bit later, but right now let's get back into the news headlines.
Well, it's 2 minutes before 7 o'clock, and here are your news headlines at the top of the hour. On the national news front, South Africans are to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the release of former President Nelson Mandela from prison today. Now, Madiba was freed on the 11th of February 1990 after more than 27 years in prison for his fight against oppression. The Cape Town City Hall balcony is where he addressed the nation hours after his release from Victor Verster prison. Today's commemoration will be led by President Cyril Ramaphosa, and several roads will be closed in Cape Town CBD, and motorists have been advised to make use of alternative roads. Now, the High Court in Pretoria has dismissed Eskom's urgent bid to have electricity tariffs doubled. The court has decided the matter is not urgent, but will still ventilate the merits of the case. Eskom is seeking relief from NERSA's multi-year price determination decision, which would have seen tariffs increase by under 17% over the next 2 years. Meanwhile, Eskom says it would respect the High Court's decision, but added that it was encouraged by the judge's statement that there was merit to its case. Taking a look at international news, Australia's months-long bushfire crisis will likely be over within days, officials have said yesterday, as heavy rainfall extinguished several massive blazes and was forecast to douse dozens more as downpours swept south. Days of torrential rains have caused flash flooding in New South Wales and Queensland, dampening once raging fires that volunteers had battled in vain for months. Sydney has been hit by its heaviest rain in 30 years that led to chaotic scenes across the city. Drought-stricken areas need more sustained and widespread rainfall, however, to offset a years-long dry spell. Now, the United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres says the relationship between the UN and South Africa remains solid as the country plays an important role on the continent. Speaking at the AU summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Guterres said South Africa played a significant role towards peace and security processes in Africa. He added that South Africa is also a very devoted country as it continues to show its commitment to honor human rights regulations. And now a cute bit of feel-good news from drought-stricken areas down under. In some drought-stricken areas of Australia, the heroes are furry, short-legged, muscular little master diggers, which resemble a badger, but also a koala bear. Now, wombats are being hailed as heroes for burrowing down to underground soaks and supplying water to many thirsty animals, especially in the Hunter region north of Sydney, which has had almost no rain for the past 3 years. Wombats have helped many native animals survive. As part of a wildlife monitoring program, cameras were set up at wombat waterholes. The results were fantastic. When waterholes dry up, wombats burrow deeper to get closer to the water, and these wombat soaks are also used by kangaroos, wallabies and wallaroos, and now too by birds, foxes, lizards, spiny anteaters, and even emus. And all these animals have their heroes, the wombats, to thank. And taking a glimpse into the world of entertainment, Hollywood darling Brad Pitt finally landed his first acting Oscar at Sunday night's Academy Awards ceremony when he nabbed the golden statue for his role as Cliff Booth in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, he won his first Oscar back in 2014 as one of the producers of the critically acclaimed 12 Years a Slave, and he dedicated this award to his 6 children whom he shares with ex-wife Angelina Jolie, and he described her as colouring everything he does. Well, on that note, let's quickly take a look at the world of sport. Here's Graham with the latest.
We kick it off with rugby this morning. The University of the Witwatersrand claiming a narrow 7-6 win over the University of Johannesburg at the Wits Rugby Stadium in round 2 of a brand new varsity rugby season. Matthew McDonald scoring the only try of the match and was converted, while UJ managing only 2 penalties in a pretty low-scoring affair. Some other results from last night saw UCT's Ikes beating NWU Pika 31-22. The scoreline there, Tixoff CUT 40-23, and UWC narrowly beating out Shimla 29-28 at Shimla Park. And staying with rugby news, Lions' 8th man Willem Alberts will miss his side's derby against the Stormers in round 3 of Super Rugby this coming Saturday after sustaining an injury to his bicep. Team announced that Alberts' injury has not fully recovered yet, but the likes of Jumbo Lango and Ross Cronje have both overcome their injuries and will be available for selection. The match between the Lions and Stormers will take place at the Emirates Airline Park on Saturday at 3:05. And then on to football action. There will be 2 Nedbank Cup last 32 fixtures this evening, with Polokwane City up against Baroka FC and Zizwe United facing off against the Happy Wanderers. Well, these 4 teams will be fighting for a spot in the Cup's round of 16. Rise and Shine hoping to reach the last 16 for the first time since 2016. Their match against Baroka will take place at the Peter Mokaba Stadium. And then the encounter between Zizwe and the Wanderers will take place at the Athlone Stadium. Both matches kicking off at 7:30 tonight. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's take a look at the roads.
The time is now 7:03. It's time to have a look at what's happening on the roads this morning. Starting off in Soweto, Gauteng, there is protest action affecting Klipspruit Valley between Moroka, Nansfield and Chris Hani Road. All buses have been suspended this morning, so please do avoid the area. Now down to the Western Cape, Eguguletu on the N2 inbound, there has been an accident before Botcher's Quarry Road. All lanes are open, but delays can be expected, so please approach that area with caution. And lastly, Metro Rail Southern Line, the T0103 train is delayed due to faulty set on the Southern Line. Please allow for extra travel time this morning. Now to have another look at the weather with Kat.
Yep, it's time for your weather update at 7 o'clock. But before we do that, let's jump into those beautiful sunrise pictures you've sent us. Big thanks to Nancy Govender, who sent us this grey skyline from Umkomaas in KZN, where a couple of morning showers are expected with increasing cloud cover and a little to no wind, and temperatures there reaching a maximum of 26 degrees. Also, big thanks to Sam Cross, who sent us this incredible sunrise from Durban, where mainly cloudy conditions are expected today. Heavy rainfalls throughout the day and temperatures reaching a maximum of 27 degrees. Let's take a look at those temperatures across the country. Thunderstorms are expected today for Polokwane. Temperatures between 16 and 22 degrees Celsius. Mbombela 18 and 19. Heavy rainfall can be expected in Pretoria, with temperatures reaching between 14 and 27, while the lowest temperatures in the country in Johannesburg, a low of 12 and a high of 25. In Mahikeng in the northwest, temperatures will range between 16 and 30 degrees Celsius, while the occasional rain can be expected in Klerksdorp, and temperatures there between 14 and 28. In the Northern Cape, in Kimberley, a low of 18 and a high of 29, while high humidity can be expected in the Free State in Bloemfontein, a low of 14 and a high of 27. Richards Bay, you can expect your temperatures to range between 19 and 28. A couple of showers for Pietermaritzburg, a low of 16 and a high of 21. Durban today, 22 to 27. Mthatha, 15 to 23. Northeasterly winds of about 20 kilometers per hour can be expected in East London, and a low of 18, a high of 26. Cradock, sunny day for you today, a low of 13 and a high of 30. Equally so for for Port Elizabeth with temperatures ranging between 19 and 25. Some high humidity today while keeping it sunny in George and temperatures as low as 17, as high as 26. Southern between 15 and 30. Southeasterly winds of 18 kilometers per hour can be expected in the mother city in Cape Town, while a sunny day will prevail. Temperatures ranging between 18 and 28. Worcester 20 to 36. Springbok between 19 and 36. The highest temperatures in the country today in Uppington, a low of 24 and a high of 36. But no matter what the weather is in your part of the country, here's to hoping it is a terrific Tuesday.
An absolutely terrific Tuesday. Now, Jamie Lee has been reporting live from Muizenberg Beach this morning. Earlier on, she gave us stance fitness. She gave us some beach cleanup. Right now, she's standing on standby with Taryn King for the beach report. So to all of you surfers and people who enjoy just being on the beach, this one is for you. Let's check on Jamie and Taryn King. What's happening?
We're doing a beach report live from Muizenberg Beach this morning. Jamie Domuk joined by South African champion Taryn King. Good morning.
Morning.
Finally, I always get FOMO in studio, and I'm with you today. But we're at a prime beach today, Muizenberg Beach. It's also called Surfers Corner. Tell me about it and why it's such a popular favorite spot for surfers.
Well, Muizenberg's one of the most best learned to surf beaches in the world. It's got a soft sand bottom, soft rolling waves, and yeah, no serious rips, no rocks. It's just a very surfing friendly beach.
And the neighboring beaches around here, would you recommend that as well for a good surf?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of spots. You've got Clovelly Corner, you've got Cork Bay Reef, and you've got Dangers Beach. So, I mean, there's plenty of options for the little bit more advanced surfers.
I'm going to start out with the basics, but looking at today's weather conditions, would you recommend it for surfing and maybe for later the week as well?
Yeah, today our popular summer southeaster is back. It has been for the last couple of days, but towards the end of the week, from tomorrow, it starts dying down a bit, and then it looks like we've got some really good offshore conditions for the rest of the week.
We have something in studio that we always say, hold on to your eyelashes and hold on to your wigs, because a wind plays, of course, such an important role. With regards to the wind today, is it wise to come out for a surf?
When you're learning to surf, you just kind of need a foamy to get you going. So, yes, it's perfect to learn to surf. If you want to look for something a little bit more advanced, then try the Atlantic side. You should get some small offshore waves on that side.
And with regards to like the tidal waves being high tide, low tide, when is peak season?
So this morning we had high tide at 5 o'clock, so we got a low tide around 11 o'clock this afternoon, and then your next high tide will be later on this evening at about 5 o'clock.
Now, rain is predicted for the end of the week. Of course, it's still clear skies here at Muizenberg Beach. How does that affect our surf for the week as well?
At Muizenberg, the rain is usually a good sign because it means we've got northwesterly, which brings the offshore conditions, and usually a little bit of swell. So I think Sunday is looking like a really good day to be surfing.
Okay, and today, are you going to be surfing? Yes or no?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Are you gonna take me in after live?
Definitely.
Okay. This is beginners, or would this be considered advanced?
Beginners.
Beginners.
It's great for beginners.
Okay, so I'm definitely going to be starting off here at Muizenberg Beach. Of course, Surfers Corner, favorite spot for people to surf, right?
Definitely.
Love. Taryn King, South African 2019 champion, with us live from Muizenberg Beach for our beach report. Of course, if you are planning to surf today and you're a beginner like me, you might want to start off here at Muizenberg Beach. We'll be here till 9 a.m. So come and say hello to us. But now, back to you guys in studio.
All right, listen, off the back of a great weekend for all South Africans, of course, we had the Match in Africa 6 at Cape Town Stadium featuring Rafa Nadal, Roger Federer, Bill Gates, Trevor Noah, and yes, Dr. Darren Green. This man, I mean, you guys have got to give it up. He was in the change room with Roger and Rafa. That's absolutely incredible. I mean, what? When we have this guy out every Tuesday, we talk medical facts. You don't understand the levels that he cruises at. How was that experience, Dr.
It was absolutely unforgettable. The character of the people involved was just so heartwarming to see that people that have achieved so much are so humble and grounded. The word grounded describes them very well.
That's incredible. And did you get to meet all of them?
Yeah, Bill Gates, Trevor Noah, both Rafa and obviously Roger, and their teams, the teams behind them, the management teams that look after them, and some of their medical physiotherapists and trainers. That travel with them sometimes. But we had a wonderful event. It was absolutely incident-free in terms of of looking after them. And I worked with my incredible team from Mediclinic and ER24.
Wow.
So we had an amazing and unforgettable experience.
Well done, well done. No pictures, no selfies.
You can't go and ask people for pictures.
That's true. Hey, you can't
professional.
Had to keep it all in there. But man, we feel proud because it's like you were representing us to a certain extent as well. So you having been there is such a great honor for us. And thank you for being here every Tuesday as well. Because I mean, Rafa could have probably asked you to start traveling the world with him, and then we don't know that. You just said to him like, no, I've got an Expresso family that I've got to take care of.
No, South Africa needs us more, I think.
Listen, this man over here, can we get you a coffee?
Yes, I'll have a double short latte. Thanks. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Princess. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Medical Tuesday chats with Dr. Darren Green. Nice one.
Rise and shine. There's no better way to wake up other than with Mackie D's for breakfast. Download the McDonald's app for delicious daily deals and start your day the right way.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in as we turn to medical matters and a very important conversation. Now, it's estimated that around 50 million people suffer from epilepsy worldwide, making it one of the most common neurological diseases globally. It's interestingly enough been approximated that 25% of epilepsy cases are actually preventable, which is really interesting to me. Epilepsy is a condition that can affect anyone at any age and any stage of life. And here to tell us a bit more during National Epilepsy Week, please welcome our trusted multimedia health specialist and doctor to the stars, Dr. Darren Green.
Morning.
Very, very proud of you, man, because just knowing you, I know how much of an impact that must have had on you. Really, really special to have you there, man. So I hope you were able to savor every second.
Yeah, great memories, man.
I mean, we're going to start off with the difference between seizures and epilepsy, because you might think that they are one and the same thing.
Yes, so seizures are just the symptom of the neurological condition that we're referring to. So let's say epilepsy is the condition, and the symptoms of that condition are various terms. Fits that people speak of, convulsions and seizures. So fits, convulsions and seizures are all representing the same thing. And what epilepsy obviously is the neurological condition, the tendency to have fits, seizures and convulsions. So if you have recurrent seizures, then you can be suspected of having a condition called epilepsy, where the brain has a tendency to have more and more of these convulsions. And the causes obviously can be quite broad, in the sense that brain injury is normally the main cause, or obviously a neurochemical imbalance in the brain. So those are the two main categories. And then for 50% or half of people that have epilepsy, we actually don't have a structural or a injury to the brain or a known chemical imbalance. So for 50% of them, we don't know what caused it. It's idiopathic in our terms.
It's just a genetic.
Correct. There's a strong genetic link to generalized epilepsy. So your chances are between 5 and 20% if your parent has generalized epilepsy. And if they had epilepsy, let's say, just due to a head injury, then in the general public, your chances are like 5%. Yeah.
What causes a seizure generally when it's not related to epilepsy?
Good question. So what is a seizure? What's happening in the brain?
What's going on, yeah.
The neurons, or the specialized nerve cells on the surface of the brain, communicate and connect one half of the brain to another, the different lobes of the brain, the front and the back. So what actually happens is they're constantly chatting to each other, like low background chatter, like in a coffee shop. And what epilepsy is...
White noise.
White noise. A little bit of, of those communication channels and the electric signal transferred between them. But when that signal becomes an electric storm and they fire at abnormal rates or abnormally high frequencies, it starts then obviously sending out an abnormal frequency in terms of that electric signal. Then you get an electric storm, which then obviously causes dissociation. And almost people like saying a short circuit on the surface of the brain. And depending on which area of the brain is involved, will then affect what symptoms and what type of epilepsy the person has.
Is it often associated with one part of the brain?
So, good question. So, the very common causes of epilepsy are focal seizures, when there's one specific area. The temporal lobes, often in the development stages, there's an area just behind the ear called Ammon's horn, or the hippocampus, which is very involved with memory, for example. And that's one of the areas where you could have abnormally shaped or developed areas of the brain that then lead later on to, obviously, things like seizures and temporal lobe epilepsy, which can affect memory. It can affect, obviously, some of your mannerisms and moods as well. So,
can it affect long-term memory?
It certainly can. So remember, long-term memory has to be taken from and stored from the initial place where memories are formed in the brain. Your sensory input comes in. The hippocampus is involved with a process called LTP, long-term potentiation. And that then moves it to a different part of behind the prefrontal cortex, where it stores long-term memory as well. So,
the filing cabinet.
Yes, there you go. File number 13. Yes.
Okay, we're going to continue this very important discussion during an epilepsy awareness opportunity for all of us to learn more about the condition, and possibly, if you are suffering from epilepsy, to learn more about what you can expect, how long seizures last, and what we can do in that instance. I've been with people who have gone through seizures, and it is a terrifying thing for the person, I think, being affected by it most of all. So we'll continue this discussion in just a moment.
Now, of course, this morning we're talking all things #Tropica, and we've got the Smooth fans here who are ready, well excited to fly off to the island of Curacao in the Caribbean. Now, Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao will have, of course, its fair share of highs and lows, as it does every single season. And it's all fun and games until someone gets eliminated. And unfortunately, that needs to happen in order to determine a winner. So I want to find out from our #Tropica Smooth fans how they are preparing themselves to get into the game. And what have each of you been doing? I'm sure you've watched a fair amount of previous seasons of Tropica Island of Treasure, so you know what it's all about. You know there are challenges, both mental and physical. What have you been doing to prepare yourself for the challenge ahead? I'll start with you, Seth.
I've been in the gym. In the gym, hectic.
I can see it.
I mean, come on, you see this.
Through that corduroy, it's like it's rippling.
There we go.
Your shirt's about to rip.
I've been in the gym religiously, maybe 4 to 5 times a week. I download this little game on my phone. It's a puzzle game, just so that I'm mentally sharp when I get there. And I've just been on YouTube consistently. Like, I'm just watching every episode. Trying to crack it, just in case something is thrown at us. I'll just be like, yo, I saw this.
You see. Okay. Okay, see, what have you been doing?
Working out twice a day. So
Oh, so twice a day?
Yeah, I'm putting in that Beyonce work ethic. Do you understand? Beyonce, what does Beyonce do before she performs? She works out. Do you understand? In the morning, in the evening, maybe even in between.
Wow.
But I'm just doing it.
Okay, all right.
And I'm very short, so I've been trying to like shoot hoops.
All right. Just test out your
That's why
height.
I never shoot my shot.
Okay.
Because I can't.
Too short.
I see. So you're working on some of your disadvantages,
hand-eye
weaknesses, trying to...
coordination.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm working on.
Janeska?
So, guys, I can't afford to go to the gym, you know? No, I'm so busy. So I work on set just moving furniture.
Yeah.
So that is my workout for the day.
But you look like you have guns.
So all day you're busy moving heavy stuff around and you're
Yes.
constantly on. So switched on in the mind, switched on in the body, you ready for it?
But I must say, like, I need to read some more books on, like, mental games and puzzles.
Okay.
Because I think that is, I'm not going to say my weak point.
Okay. No, don't show all the cards right now. Kaldeen.
So I'm also hitting the gym hard, like major, not maybe twice a day. No. I feel like I hit the gym and then I go to the sauna, you know, for camera and things like such.
Yeah.
Muscle recovery. And then I really am like the Rubik's Cube. I'm really sharpening up my mental game and memory. Because I think, again, like Seizure said, watching the previous challenges, knowing what's going to come up and seeing where people kind of either fell short or they weren't thinking of something, that can help you. So I'm really hoping that helps me in this, you know, competition.
Okay. Trevor, there's no doubt about it that you are never hitting the gym.
Never.
You've never seen the inside of a gym in your life.
What's in his chest? What's his gym?
Trevor,
Well, you know,
like this. Trevor is the gym.
well, you know, but like, I'm gonna lay off on the gym for a bit.
But what have you been doing to prep?
Yeah, probably am gonna lay off the gym. I don't want to intimidate them too much.
Give us a chance, Trev.
you never will, Trevor. You
Don't scare me.
Definitely the mental game. I pride myself in seeking discomfort, stepping outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So like ice baths and, you know, just
Ice
testing.
baths?
Yeah, you gotta, you know, I've turned my freezer. Let's not bring this up to my wife, but I've turned my freezer into an ice bath. So
Is
every
anybody
morning.
else doing ice baths?
Wim Hof. Have you not heard of the Wim Hof method?
Yeah, of course. Mr. Who?
Exactly.
That guy.
Exactly.
That guy.
So cold therapy, it's good for the mind, good for the body.
You do that for fun.
Yeah.
For fun, yeah.
Crazy.
I'm prepping.
No.
Anyway, so yeah. I'll be ready. Don't worry, I'll be ready.
Darren, what about you? What are you doing?
I don't do the baths.
He takes bubble baths.
Look at that skin.
Exfoliate.
Soft as a baby's bottle.
Yeah, so I've actually downloaded a couple of games on my phone so I can just get, like, you know, how to strategize different things and, you know. And I've been reading a lot of mental books, how to remain calm, how to tackle different sort of challenges effectively.
Yeah.
And I've just changed my whole workout into more CrossFit training so I can build up my endurance and that.
Wow.
And yeah, I haven't swam in like 3 years, so I tried it out and I couldn't even do a lap. So, yeah, I'm going to see how that works out on the island.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm well impressed, guys, with the level of preparation that you're putting in, and I'd love to know what you at home think about who is the most prepared among these 6 over here. And of course, remember to keep hashtag Tropica going online. And of course, if you haven't heard yet, Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao returns to SABC3 on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. This from the 3rd of March, and the repeat on Saturdays at 8 p.m. I cannot wait for you to be part of all of that action. Hashtag Tropica. Yeah.
Don't ruin the moment. Prevent allergies or cold and flu with fast-acting powder nasal spray from the Nexa range. Nexa. Brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso, and you are rejoining a very important conversation with Dr. Darren Green. We are talking about epilepsy this morning, and I'm going to dive right in because there are a couple of kind of misnomers, things that we're trying to debunk here as well. But we want to offer empathy and a guiding light to in particular parents with young children, because I think that exploratory phase is something that's vitally important. What kinds of epilepsy and seizures are there? Does it always exhibit in what we would typically know as an epileptic fit with the convulsions, the jerks, which can be very dangerous? We know that.
Absolutely. So no, there's a spectrum of different kinds of epilepsy. Some of them occur at any phase of your life, and then some syndromes are particularly associated with childhood. One of the most interesting ones are the ones where a child can just have what's called staring or absence seizures, where they basically just stare blankly. They could be in the class looking at the board and have episodes where they just absolutely lose awareness within a period of 45 seconds even to a few minutes. And then when they come to, obviously it's nothing happened and they carry on. So you'll notice a change perhaps in their scholastic ability and their performance at school, and look for other causes. Meanwhile, it's not your ADHD that's the problem. It could be an underlying seizure, which is basically a staring episode. And then you have ones where you just pull stiff, the tonic phase of epilepsy. And then you have ones where you have clonic, where you jerk, etc. as well.
Convulsions.
And those are obviously the ones that people see, but those are generally split up into focal seizures, which is one part of the brain, which can be simple or complex. Simple is where you maintain your awareness of what's happening, and depending on which part of the brain, you could just have twitches of your finger, for example, and be awake and aware of those twitches. That's a simple focal.
Unable to do anything about it.
And if you lose awareness and you can't recall what's happened, then it's called a complex focal or partial seizure, because it originates from a focus in the brain. So focal seizures is the one. If that abnormal signal then spreads across from one half of the brain to the other half, the other hemisphere, then both sides of the body are often involved, and that's a secondary generalized seizure. So yeah, focal seizures, generalized seizures, and then obviously the difference in age groups from which the different symptoms and types of seizures can occur.
I mean, Doctor, I explained to you earlier on that I do have a family member who experiences a lot of seizures from a head injury. What are the causes of seizures or epilepsy, and what are the common symptoms that you can look out for?
Great. So epilepsy itself is caused by two main groups, brain injury being the one. So your brain can get injured in many ways. You could have trauma from a head injury, a fall, sports injury, for example. You could also have injury to the brain from a stroke, where a blood vessel is blocked and no oxygen is delivered to that part of the brain, and that part of the brain then dies and forms scar tissue on the surface of the brain as well. You could also have, obviously, a trauma related to birth, through congenital birth defects, or when you are being born, obviously, when you're coming through that canal, head injuries, when you get stuck for a long time during the birth process. And then obviously later on in life, things like sport and head injuries and falls, etc. are important. But chemically, other things that affect the chemical transmission on the surface of the brain, big ones are things like alcohol. You get alcohol fits and alcohol withdrawal seizures. You then also have hypoglycemia, which is sugar related. So low sugars can also cause damage and injury to the brain.
25% of cases are preventable. How do we prevent? Is that preventing a seizure or preventing actually contracting long-term epilepsy?
So I think if you want to know how you can prevent getting epilepsy, it would depend on the cause and your genetic makeup, firstly. Secondly, what you do in terms of lifestyle. If you have epilepsy and you want to control it, how do you prevent getting the seizures? The triggers are a lack of sleep. So sleep deprivation is a major cause. So is infection that's not brought under control. So is compliance, where you're taking your meds or not taking them as per schedule and correctly. And then what you're doing comorbidly with other medical problems you might have or diseases can affect the absorption of your medication or potentiate the seizures as well. So you'd have to look at what other meds someone's on as well and remember that.
Such a complex, excuse the pun, range of symptoms, contributing factors. I think most importantly, I want to know how this affects your life. If you do have epilepsy, for instance, are you allowed to drive? Can you drive? What do you do in that instance? We're going to delve into some of those questions after this.
Well, that medical chat certainly has one thinking about taking care of your body and taking care of your all-round general wealth. And so the notion of being well, starting with eating well, might come up. And Woolworths is here to make sure that you give yourself and your family the very best in nutrition. And to tell us more about the Woolies manifesto and their commitment to keeping you and your family healthy is Daisy Masiangwako, Senior Marketing Manager of Woolworths. Great to have you here with us, Daisy.
Thank you.
Now, a lot of people might know this, but I didn't know that Woolies had a manifesto.
Yeah.
What does it mean and exactly what is it all about? I want to hear all about it.
So the manifesto is a declaration that we are making as a brand to say if you're going to make better choices, this is what a better choice looks like. We list all the things that you need, all the beautiful ingredients that you need. It's a guide to say if you want to eat well, this is what eating well actually looks like. We unpack things like it's not just about fruit and veg, it's about sustainably farmed fruit and veg. It's about eating less unsaturated fats, but also as a retailer, we are saying that we are committed, everything that we manufacture, we will manufacture responsibly. So it's everything underpinned by sustainable methods of producing food, but it's also what the customer can refer to in our stores. So the manifesto is prominently displayed in most of our stores, and you can refer to it as a customer to just understand what our philosophy is about.
Yeah. When you talk about sustainability of producing and farming fruits and vegetables, exactly what does that imply?
So we talk about sustainability sometimes at the end of the process. We are obsessed with maintaining sustainability because we're trying to fix a broken food system.
Okay.
So, I mean, effects of the industrial age and effects of customers demanding more products and producers and manufacturers meeting customer demand without us considering what is the effect on the earth. So we have produced food previously in methods that have cost the earth. We have not considered integrated ecosystems like what about the farmer? Are we equitably paying the farm workers? What about where we are farming? Are we making sure that future generations actually have, they still have that good soil? So the use of pesticides, just the use of things that are also not good for our bodies, hormones on meat, hormones on chicken, hormones on beef, on lamb, antibiotics that affect us. So it's about trying to unroot all of those things that have led us to this point. So we are sitting with a completely broken food system, and we are trying as a brand to say, can we remedy this? But it's not just our problem, it's a global problem.
Yeah. And another commitment that Woolworths has made is in selling free-range meat. So let's talk about exactly what free-range meat is and the health benefits associated with eating free-range meat.
So like I said, free-range meat will be, in our definition, free of hormones, free of antibiotics. It's meat that is allowed to roam freely. And we are also
very sustainably grown as well.
Yes, sustainably grown and eating what it's supposed to be eating. So making sure that your chicken is grain-fed, or your other animals are grass-fed.
And of course, at the end of the day, which means that you as a consumer, when you're taking that in, you're ultimately taking in something that is more nutritious
good for you,
for your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's clean nutrition.
Yeah.
That's what we're referring to. Yeah.
And another, I think, big crisis that we've been dealing with is the depletion of our fish stocks due to overfishing. And how is Woolworths addressing this particular issue?
We have, if you go to our stores, we have at our fish counters a list of what is red-listed fish. So this is overfished fish that you're not supposed to buy. And we also have a program where our tuna, every one of them is fished one by one. So we call it pole and line method, where you don't use a net to fish.
Yeah, so you're not putting hundreds of them at a time.
Yes, it's back to the traditional methods where you are getting the tuna one at a time, making sure that whatever that you don't need is left in the sea. So very sustainable method. Yes.
Giving the species as well a chance to continue growing so that you don't overfish it, like you said. And let's bring it back to the customer and how Woolies is helping to guide customers in making the correct food choices at the end of the day so that yourself and your family could then ultimately benefit from that.
So we've got a few ranges that in our store are plant-based, helping people to, people are in the trend of eating less meat. We've got an entire offer of plant-based foods. We also have logos that help you to shop in the store. You'll see a vegan logo on those kind of ranges. We've got vegetarian logo that also guides you to shop accordingly. We have our Farming for the Future program. That is farming with the future in mind. We've got our Fishing for the Future program. That is also just as we have talked about everything. So these are just a navigation around the store to say these are the products that you should be going after,
Yeah, and as you said, the manifesto is very clearly visible in a lot of your stores.
Definitely.
And it's all about just, bringing the family, the community, the retailer together into one place where we say, let's take care of our current so that our future will be taken care of as well.
Yes.
Why is that so important to Woolworths?
We need to help South Africa live better, make better choices. As a retailer, we need to share our value with communities. It's about that shared value. We need to stop looking at business as from a capitalist point of view, where you are now opening your value proposition to the world. So we're letting customers in to say, we have values, but we want to share our values with the entire world. It's about making the world a better place, being a responsible corporate citizen. It is very close to our heart that we extend our value proposition. That is where we want to operate, and that's how we want to do business.
Daisy, thank you very much for joining us. It's been absolutely insightful to have you here and to hear more about what Woolies is doing out there. And it's really, really good to know that you can find food that you need to live well, all at Woolies.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are tuned into what has been a really interesting and inspiring Expresso this morning, largely because this man has been regaling me with tales of, obviously, the match in Africa, having literally a front row seat. But I'm so proud of you for your connection there. So well done, man. Absolutely unforgettable. But this morning, of course, we are focused on something really important, on epilepsy. We've spoken about some of the symptoms, the way it exhibits, the variation, and the fact that anyone can suffer from epilepsy, whether it's as a result of a brain injury or for the myriad of other reasons. But I think let's get into the practicalities of it now. If I have epilepsy, for instance, can I still drive a car? Legally, are you allowed to drive a car if you have epilepsy?
Yes, so there are different laws in different countries. In Canada, for example, you need to have at least 2 years of being seizure-free, and that's the guideline we we follow in South Africa as well. So your doctor, your GP, your treating specialist will also encourage you not to have, not to be on the road and not drive at all if you are symptomatic. In other words, if you're still having seizures. Also, with that comes the risk of things like swimming alone, for example. If you're not over and seizure-free for a period, to always take someone with you so that
the environment that you work in. I interviewed a gent who had had a seizure in a workshop.
There you go.
It looked like he had been to battle.
Correct.
Literally.
With machinery and metal and sharp edges, and you've got to think of all those things, you know, when planning your life around it. But it's also not a death sentence. So many people have this epilepsy under control.
There's medication. There's ways that
Correct.
you can
And they're top-level sportsmen and leaders in their communities in many cases.
What should I do if I am next to someone who is having a seizure, or a parent of a child who is having regular seizures? What do you do when that seizure is happening?
Great. So first, if you're a parent and your child's having what we call fever fits or febrile convulsions, in other words, seizures that are due to a high temperature, cool them down firstly. Make sure that you can get some anti-inflammatories like paracetamol or etc. that you give them that to cool them down as well. But in the actual fit or convulsion, you've got to make sure that they don't injure themselves. So the first thing you do is make sure the scene is safe. Look around the person that's busy moving around or jerking. Make sure there are no sharp edges, any metal, or anything like that. And then obviously if they bump their head, maybe put something like a pillow or an item of clothing that's rolled up underneath their head, or just sit with them and comfort them in that time until the seizure normally settles. Most seizures settle on their own within 1 or 2 minutes. You know, while you can call for help and alert an emergency response, and then obviously make sure that the airway is open and that they can breathe. There are a lot of myths around, put your finger in their mouth and blindly sweep and take out their dentures, take out anything else.
Yeah.
Be very careful.
Is there a danger of chewing or swallowing your tongue? That seems to be one of the...
Yes, so the tongue moves backwards in certain positions. So, you know, like if you lay on your back, for example, your tongue moves back into the throat, or on your side as well. But tongue biting is a real problem in epilepsy, but we let the seizure arrest. We do not put our fingers in people's mouths unnecessarily because you could lose your finger, especially when they bite down. You know, with really strong jaw movements.
Do damage as well. What's the most important take-home? This is National Epilepsy Awareness Week. From a doctor's perspective, what's the most important piece of awareness we need to spread?
Absolutely. So for epilepsy, remember, it is not a death sentence. You can lead a fantastic life, even although you have been diagnosed with one of many neurological conditions. The tendency to have seizures can be managed really, really well by lifestyle decisions, things like good sleep routine, things like what you're fueling your body with in terms of diet, things like your choices around social habits like alcohol and drinking while taking medication, and then the last thing, obviously, compliance with your medication, understanding the full side effect profile of it, asking questions before you start the meds to know what to look for, and then also take it as scheduled without combining it with unknown predictable issues.
You can manage it, and of course you at home can continue to ask questions. At Dr. Darren Green is where you can find our multimedia health specialist online. You can also ask him about the match in Africa and what that experience was like. But a fantastic conversation. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Keep those questions and comments coming if you would like to, and we'll try to embrace those on our social media platforms and do what you can to spread the word. If you are suffering from epilepsy or a family member, or you are aware of this, spread that awareness. Relate to people who have epilepsy and spread the good word. We'd love to hear from you on our social media platforms.
Thanks.
Thank you so much to Dr. Green for shedding some light on this very important conversation. It is National Epilepsy Week, so I hope that we have all learned something, not only for ourselves, but our loved ones or people in close range who may be suffering from the condition. Right now, though, Jamie Lee Domberg is reporting live from Muizenberg Beach. He's currently on standby with 2 long-distance swimmers. Let's see what that's all about.
Welcome to it, everybody. If you're just joining us, I'm crossing live from Museum Beach this morning, and I'm hanging with the two coolest kids on the block, or may I say the beach. Now, today I'm joined by Isataya Bradell, as well as her sister, Abriella Bradell. Now, she's 11 years old and you're 13 years old, and they are swimming for a good cause. They are trying to do a long-distance swim and trying to raise funds for the Red Cross Children's Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies. Now, I'll start with you, Isataya. You'll be swimming 8.5 kilometers from Cape Point to False Bay. Take me through that, how that journey started for you.
Well, since I was a little kid, I loved swimming. I would always be in the water and I would just love it. Because when my sister and I were small, we went sailing around the Bahamas and we went sailing around the world, basically. So I think my love from swimming came there because we're swimming all the time. We had to swim to the shops, we had to swim to get, we had to swim everywhere. So, and then we came back and I went for swimming lessons because I loved it so much. And then Abriella did her first world record. And then I didn't think I was ready because I was too young. Now I'm old enough and it's like such a glory to be old enough because I'm so excited to do it. It's like when you're old enough to sit on the front seat, or you're old enough to like walk around town by yourself. It's just like this relief that you get. And the reason that I want to do this is because my sister and I are so fortunate to have a loving family, and there's so many children out there that aren't as fortunate. So I think that if everybody does their part, that change the lives of others.
I love that so much. I love how you say that I'm older. You're only 11 years old, Isataya, but Abriella, you're 13 years old. Yes. You'll be doing a 12-kilometer round Robben Island. Take us through that journey for you.
Well, obviously with my first world record, it was my qualifier for this, and it really helped to show people that this isn't a joke, it's not a game. We're actually doing this to help other people. And we're so fortunate also to be able to work with the hospital, the Red Cross Hospital, in order for them to expand and renovate the ER unit. So with this swim that I'm doing now, I am raising funds for them. We are both raising funds for them. We need to raise 120 million so far, and I think at the moment we're at about 80 million, or they've raised 80 million for the ER. But that home stretch is always the worst part. It always feels like it's not coming closer, but I'm sure we're going to get there.
Yeah. Why was it so important for you guys to get involved in something like swimming for a good cause?
Well, do you want to go? Well, it's our talent. So if we use our talent to help other children, nothing's happening to us. All we need to do is train. Compared to other people's struggles, that's nothing.
Yeah.
So if we just use our talent to help other children, then yeah.
Take me through a schedule of training, because I hear you mention that quite a lot. But what does a typical day look like in the life of the Bradell sisters?
Okay, so now that I'm in boarding school, it's obviously changed a lot. But at home, it would be wake up. We always have lemon water. It's a thing in our house. And then go to school, and swimming training, and that's that. It's pretty much...
Love it. Now the ocean is calling you home. I love having this chat with you guys. Love that you guys are giving a good course. Are you ready to go in?
Yeah, come on, let's...
No. Okay. My tablet, wait.
Is Jamie planning on...
Get in the water, girl.
Getting into the water.
No, she's not. The Bradell sisters, they are so cool, man. That is the power of youth right there. When you use what you've got to do something amazing. But they're such cool girls as well. I had the opportunity to interview them. They're lovely, man.
Are they?
They are so cool.
You said you interviewed their older sister who also a swimmer.
And when she was so young, but when she was so young, and still doing amazing things for the Red Cross Children's Hospital. So very, very proud of them. We're going to be getting into some more birthdays in just a moment and find out which famous faces you share your birthday with. Stick around. Happy birthday to you. Welcome back. You're live with Expresso on the 11th of February, a beautiful Tuesday morning, and time to celebrate some birthdays. And I sit here with my mouth agape because I cannot believe that one of the celebrities you share your birthday with is actually 51 years old
Can't believe
today.
it either.
Her name is Jennifer Joanna Aniston, of course made famous in Friends, but she is eternally beautiful, gorgeous. She's quite I find her a very good comedic actress. Obviously started on Friends, but has gone on to shoot some amazing films. American-born actress, producer, businesswoman, been in the industry for 33 years. You don't even know what that's like because you're quite half that age. That's
I have
crazy.
10 years to catch up, okay?
She was Rachel in Friends, and she started along the likes of Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow as well, and they still seem just as close. She recently, I think she was the fastest person to get to 1 million followers on Instagram or something like.
Wow.
Took like a day or an hour or something ridiculous. She's been only recently got onto Instagram, but now we can see that her and her friends from Friends are all actually really good friends, which is cool. And we saw recently The Morning Show, which is an American drama TV series that I think she had a hand in producing as well. There you can see her snapped.
Steve Carell's
I know. And as a dramatic actor, not just as a comedic actor, but he's so good in the tense dramatic roles. But the show debuted in November and has already received 3 Grammy nominations.
Wow.
They sing on the show, apparently. Really, really cool, but we love you. Jennifer Aniston, now if she can just get back together with Brad. But
okay, I'm not going to entertain that conversation.
Why not?
Because I share a completely different opinion.
Okay,
yes.
move on.
So now you might have heard the song, Send Me Your Location. Na, 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 na. Now,
Sounds like a
Khaled
Valentine
Robinson
vibe.
turns 22 today. Is one of my favorite R&B stars. Khaled, we first fell in love with him when he released his debut single, Location, which ended up being a hit, reaching number 2 in the USA R&B charts. Oh,
can we hear it in the background there? Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, that voice.
He was recently nominated for Record of the Year at this year's Grammys and took home 4 American Music Awards, including Favorite Soul R&B Album. But he's not stopping right there, having released a new single with popular electronic duo Disclosure on the 4th of Feb called Know Your Worth, and showed us a snippet on his Instagram account. That's what you just heard now, actually.
That's sweet tune, eh?
Imagine he's turning 22 and he's achieved so much. Happy birthday to you, Khaled.
Happy birthday. Well, let's see who you share your birthday with. Celebrities, as we move to the real stars of the show, our viewers at home, and we've got a beautiful video sent into Grandfather Warwick. Take a look at this. In the socks. You've got to be in your socks when you're jamming.
Are we allowed to be on the...
Love you, Guppy. Happy birthday.
We love it, man. I was checking to say you got to be in socks when you're jamming on your guitar. You got to be in socks, man. That's very sweet, man. That one's sent in by Sarah. Happy birthday, Grandfather Warwick, from our side as well. Then a happy birthday to my cousin Punu. Enjoy your day, and that's from Isabel Kirsten and Eljan. We love you, boy. Sweet man.
Such a boo-noo-noo. Happy birthday to you. This one goes to Dan. We're sending lots of love all the way to you in Korea. May you have a wonderful day. We're thinking of you and we miss you. Happy 26th birthday to Daniel Wakefield from your mom, dad, Ma, Johnny, Candy, Brandon. Daniela. Sorry. Daniela. Happy 26th birthday to you.
Call you
from your
Dan,
family.
short, yeah.
Daniel. Kayla, I wish you love, hope, everlasting joy and happiness. I am grateful for your true friendship, and I hope that your birthday is as amazing as you are my best friend. I love you. Happy birthday to you, Kayla.
Very sweet, and this one is going to blow your socks off. Happy 102nd birthday to our grandma, Andronica Pokojane. Can I get a round of applause, a scream? Andronica, happy birthday. That is incredible. Thanks for all the teachings. That's coming from Freddie Pokojane and the entire family. Understandably, what a milestone. That's incredible. Then we'd like to wish our friend Christopher Fortain a happy 42nd birthday. May you have a blessed day, and that's from Elroy and the family. Happy birthday, Chris.
This one goes to Niveshni. Wishing Niveshni an awesome birthday. May God shower you with all his blessings and make all your wishes and dreams come true. With love from your sister Sarah and family Germany. And lastly, and definitely not least, Jennifer celebrates her 53rd birthday. Happy 53rd birthday, my mom. I hope you have an awesome day. I love you.
Wow, 102, Andronica, happy birthday. Well, if you are having a birthday today and we haven't gotten into your special dedication, we apologize, but we are sending you plenty of love. You can send us a video dedication. You can WhatsApp it to 071 640 6551. That's our WhatsApp line, or you can simply email us at birthdays@cordova.tv. And remember to please give us a 24-hour lead time so we can get through as many messages as possible. We'll also put them on our screen. But happy birthday, we love you.
It's almost 8 o'clock and it's time to have a look at those news headlines. Starting off with our national news. Miss Universe Zozibini Tunzi yesterday expressed shock and dismay about the child-to-teacher violence in South African schools. She was addressing thousands of learners at the Ganana Academy Junior Secondary School in Dugwa in the Eastern Cape. Tunzi believes that respect should be prioritized in the country. Earlier yesterday, Deputy Minister of Arts and Culture, Nogcawe Mafu, announced that President Cyril Ramaphosa had appointed Tunzi as an ambassador for gender-based violence in Africa. South Africans are to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the release of former President Nelson Mandela from prison today. Madiba was freed on 11 February 1990 after more than 27 years in prison for his fight against oppression. The Cape Town City Hall balcony is where he addressed the nation hours after his release from the Victor Festa prison. Today's commemoration will be led by President Cyril Ramaphosa. Several roads will be closed in Cape Town's CBD. Motorists have been advised to make use of alternative routes. On the international front, the African Union has committed to working closely with the UN in finding a solution to the Libyan conflict. AU Peace and Security Commissioner Smail Chergui told journalists at the African Union Summit in Addis Ababa yesterday that AU troops will be leaving for Tripoli to assist in the UN peacekeeping effort. In his inaugural speech as AU chairperson, President Cyril Ramaphosa committed to ensuring peace and security on the continent. South Africa will convene an extraordinary summit in May to assess the progress made to end conflicts. Australia's months-long bushfires crisis will likely be over within days, officials said yesterday, as heavy rainfall extinguished several massive blazes and was forecast to douse dozens more as downpours swept south. Days of torrential rains have caused flash flooding in New South Wales and Queensland, dampening once raging fires that volunteers had battled in vain for months. Sydney has been hit by its heaviest rain in 30 years that led to chaotic scenes across the city. However, drought-stricken areas need more sustained and widespread rainfall to offset years of drought. And now a true rags to riches story from the West Rand. She noticed a long queue of people with lotto bet slips at a cafe in Roodepoort and realized they had to be pursuing something big. So the once-in-a-while lottery player from Soweto scrounged for a 5-rand coin in her bag and manually selected her numbers. And well, the rest is history. This weekend, the same woman bagged 114 million rands Powerball. Speaking to Ituba, operator of SA's lotteries, she said she rented a back room in Soweto for which she could not always pay the rent. Her 4 children lived with her mother. Now she says she can afford her own house and car, spend time with her children and prepare scrumptious meals for them, something she always yearned doing. With 140 million rand well invested, this should definitely not be a problem. Right now, taking a stroll into the world of entertainment, it may be the biggest night in film, but music always takes a grand spotlight at the annual Academy Awards ceremony. Sunday night's in memoriam tribute was performed by the music industry's shining teen, Billy, while the audience and the internet have been mostly confused by the decision to have rapper Eminem perform his hit song, Lose Yourself, which won the Oscar for Best Original Song back in 2003. But more of this later in our full entertainment report. Right now, let's have a last look at the sports with Graham.
Let's kick it off with rugby as we wrap up those sporting headlines. The University of Witwatersrand claiming a narrow 7-6 win over the University of Johannesburg. That was at the Wits Rugby Stadium in round 2 of a brand new Varsity Cup season. Matthew MacDonald scoring the only try of the match. That was converted, while UJ managing only 2 penalties in a pretty low scoring affair. Some other results from last night saw UCT's Ikeys beat NWU Pika 31-22, Tuks off CUT 40-23, and UWC, they narrowly beat out Shimla's 29-28 at Shimla Park. Then more rugby news. Lions' 8th man Willem Alberts will miss his side's derby against the Stormers in round 3 of Super Rugby this coming Saturday after sustaining an injury to his bicep. The team announced that Alberts' injury is not fully recovered yet, but the likes of Jamba Ulengo and Ross Cronier have both overcome their injuries and will be available for selection. That match between the Lions and Stormers will take place at the Emirates Airline Park at 3:05 on Saturday. Then on to football. There'll be just 2 Nedbank Cup last 32 fixtures this evening, with Polokwane City up against Baraka FC and Zizwa United facing off against the Happy Wanderers. So these 4 teams will be fighting for a spot in the Cup's round of 16. Rise and Shine hoping to reach the last 16 for the first time since 2016. Their match against Baraka will take place at the Peter Mokaba Stadium, and the encounter between Zizwa and the Wanderers will take place at the Athlone Stadium. Both encounters kicking off at 7:30 tonight. Go and support it if you can. And that's a wrap of your sport for this Tuesday morning. Let's take one last look at the roads.
Time to see what's happening on the roads this morning. Starting off in Gauteng, Randburg, there has been an accident on the N1 northbound before the Mauritius interchange. The left lane is obstructed and causing delays. Please keep a lookout for this. Now down to the Western Cape CBD to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the late Nelson Mandela's release from prison. The city will be having an event and roads will be affected from 6 p.m. this evening. Darlington Street will be closed between Lower Plain Street and Baitengan Street. And lastly, Metrorail's Southern Line, the T0107 train is cancelled between Wynberg and Simonstown due to a defective set. Commuters are advised to connect with the T0115 train en route to Simonstown instead. That was your 8 o'clock traffic roundup. Right now, let's have the last look at the weather.
Thank you so much, Kutle, and thank you so much to you guys at home who sent through your beautiful sunrise pictures this morning. Thank you to a regular photographer, Ntokozo Makatini, for your amazing sunrise from Johannesburg. Then Gerald Houghton for your beautiful pic of Manzam Toti, as well as Nancy Governor for your grey skyline from Nkumas in KZN. And then lastly, Sam Cross for your gorgeous vista from Durbs. Let's take a look at what you can expect temperature-wise and weather-wise in your neck of the woods. Thunderstorms expected for Polokwane, where your low is 16, going up to 22. Thunder showers in Mbombela as well, 18 and 19 your range for the day. Heavy rainfall expected in Pretoria, ranging between 14 and 27 degrees. Thunder showers expected, and the lowest temperature in the country in Jozi, 12 is your minimum, going up to 25 degrees. Then thunder showers expected in Mahikeng, where your low is 16, going up to 30. Occasional rain for Klerksdorp, where your minimum is 14, going up to a max of 28. Thunder showers in Kimberley as well, 18 your low, going up to a high of 29. Thunder showers and high humidity expected in Bloem, where your low is 14, going up to 27 degrees. Richards Bay, you kick off on 19 degrees, going up to a balmy 28. Then a couple of showers expected for Pietermaritzburg, where your minimum is 16, going up to 21 degrees. Rain in Durbs as well, 22 your low, going up to 27. Umtata ranging between 15 and 23. Then a northeasterly wind of around 20 kilometers an hour expected in East London, where your low is 18, going up to 26 degrees. Craddock ranging between 13 and a nice sunny 30 degrees. Port Elizabeth, a sunny day ahead, 19 your low, going up to 25 degrees. High humidity for George today with a low of 17 and a high of 26. Sutherland ranging between 15 and 30. Then a southeasterly wind of around 18 k's an hour expected in the mother city. Cape Town, your low 18, going up to 28 degrees. Worcester, 20 is your low, going up to a very warm 36 degrees. Likewise, Springbok, a scorcher, 19 your low, going up to 36 degrees. And as is always the case, it seems this year at least, highest temperature in the country, Uppington, you're ranging between 24 and 36 degrees as well. And that's a wrap of your weather for this morning. As we always say, regardless of the weather, make sure it's a beautiful day.
so far. It's an absolutely beautiful Tuesday morning. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that Kat is no longer in the building. He's out in Muizenberg Beach with Tropica Smooth fans. Now they're going to be taking each other on some challenges. All of that action. Look at them on standby already. All of that action and more right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso. See you after this.
So we're all about all things Tropica, Island of Treasure. This morning we're coming to you live from Muizenberg Beach on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We've got our 6 Tropica Smooth fans ready to take on the challenge of the day. So we want to test out how competitive they are exactly. And you remember that when we launched the initial 6 celebrities, we actually performed the bottle cap challenge with the male celebrities that are going to be on Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao. They struggled a little bit with it. So let's give you a quick reminder as to how that all went down.
All right, Bo, I'm going to count you down. You have 3 tries. Your first one starting now.
I'm not going to do the spinning kick because I know Bazi won't be able to do it, so I'm just going to do the good old-fashioned. Sorry, I thought this was a safe space, guys.
Okay.
What are you laughing at?
Number 2.
Nice. Thank you.
So guys, I don't know if you remember seeing that, but this is where we test out and see how competitive you are. You've lined yourselves up into teams of 2, and this is how it's going to work. You each have a half-filled bottle of Tropica with you, with the lid just kind of loosely done, and your mission is to get that lid off the top of the bottle without using your hand. Now, the most popular way of doing it, I'm sure you'd have seen it on social media, is where people do like that little fancy roundhouse kick. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? I get it. You're not a... All right. So you're going to go in your teams. One team member is going to hold the bottle on the table. The other team member will be across, trying to flip that bottle cap off using nothing, well, not their hands. So trying to kick it off, right? So Trevor and Kaldeen, well, if your hair is strong enough, you can do that too. But Kaldeen and Trevor, you guys ready to go first? All right, so you head on over there. All right, get it. Cool, all right, please don't fail. If you feel that Trevor can't do it, Kaldeen, you can give it a try. All right, okay, wait. Each of you only gets 3 attempts, okay? 3 attempts. Okay, are you ready, Trevor? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hey! Okay, that was pretty slick. Okay. All right, get your bottle. Nice catch. Get back here.
Good job, Trevor.
Setu and Yaneska, you're up next. Let's see how you do. So Setu has decided he's going to be the Chuck Norris in this team. Oh, hey! What is that? Wait. Give me that. What is that? Was that even on?
Telekinesis.
That's shocking.
Telekinesis.
Okay, there we... Hold the bottle. Okay. Leave the cap. Okay. Setu. Okay, Yaneska putting on her shades. Just... Oh, okay, he's got the capoeira thing going. 3, 2, 1, you go for it. 3 attempts is what you got.
Look. You get it?
Oh, that's one.
Other way.
No. No, it's the whole bottle. Doesn't count. One more shot. You gotta get that finesse.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Yeah!
This is
all right, get back here. Okay, cool. Darren and Sia, you guys are going last.
By the way,
Yeah, why do you have 3 X's on your back? What's going on? Wait. What is that? That's shocking.
Hey!
It's gonna be on. Stand on that side.
Hey, you want to bring it closer?
Okay, yeah, bring it closer. Okay, you're standing very close to where Darren's foot might pass. You want to be on the other side.
Fine.
3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go.
We've got a strategy.
Darren and Sia as a team, how do they do? Let's see.
Let's go, bro.
That's one miss.
It's all about the balance, eh? It's all about the balance, you know.
3, 2, 1.
You got this.
Okay, one more shot.
We can do this.
Daniel's son,
Daniel's son.
You ready?
Yeah.
Wax on.
Okay,
Okay, all right. So that's what it looks like right now. We'll be coming back with more fun with the hashtag Tropica Smooth Fans. It's shocking.
It nearly worked. It nearly worked.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to speak especially now to parents and new parents like myself, those that are wanting to give our children the best kickstart in life possible. And I think the moment a child enters this world, their body immediately gets to work in building a hopefully strong and protective immune system, which the first few years, I think, of life are probably the most critical. The best thing you can do as a parent is to take the right steps in helping to build a healthy immune system for a lifetime of good health. And we're going to chat to an old friend, Sister Deriska, on how babies, especially their immune system, develops and why it's so important to get that grounding. Sister, welcome back.
Good morning.
Love connecting with you. It does always feel a bit self-indulgent because as a new parent, these are all questions that I have. And obviously, we all want to protect our child, but most importantly, create an opportunity for them to protect themselves, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or physically. And we're going to start with the immune system here. At its earliest stages, how does a baby start to grow or build its immune system? What actually happens within their system?
Well, initially, the immune system starts developing the moment when the mom falls pregnant.
Oh, wow, okay.
And the baby receives that mom's antibodies. And that's why it's so important for the mom to live healthy and have healthy lifestyle habits. But we must remember that immune system that they're building is temporary. So it's very important to remember that a child under 5-year-old is one of the highest risk groups of mortality and morbidity. So your sick children and our communicable diseases, and we want to protect them. Because that immune system initially is so temporary, we need to work hard on making it a long-term immune system.
Okay. Maybe a good place to start is what are some of the negative effects of not having that grounding? You obviously talk about mortality as being the extreme end of that spectrum, something that's just inconceivable. But when we look at not building the right kind of immune system from that early stage, what are some of the knock-on effects?
Well, your child's going to be sick often. Your child's going to be sick more often, for longer periods, hospitalization, mom out of work, dad out of work, staying out of work because they have to stay with the child. You can't send a sick child to school. And that's one of the big things. The child will be treated unnecessarily with many medications, which also has a long-term effect, which is many treatments are unnecessary. You can't treat a viral infection with an antibiotic, which happens a lot. And that also you'll have long-term effects and causing an effect in your health later on in life, even as an adult.
Wow. When you talk about that temporary immune system and then the building of an immune system the moment the baby is born, how important is breastfeeding through that process?
Oh, wow. Breastfeeding is more than just food. We think we're just breastfeeding, giving that baby food, but that first milk the baby gets is called liquid gold. It is colostrum.
For a reason, yeah.
It is really, it's the baby's first immune building system. It's the first immunization that baby gets.
Wow.
It's so full of white blood cells and vitamins and minerals and proteins and fats. And if a baby can at least just get the colostrum, it's so beneficial for long-term health. White blood cells, we all know that our white blood cells are our soldiers in the body protecting against disease. So if the baby can get as much as possible of that, it's amazing. We must also remember that drinking breast milk for the baby, it lines the gut. So when lots of diseases enters our gastrointestinal system, this lining protects our the bacteria and the viruses that enters, protects the gut so that it's excreted and it's not absorbed into the baby's immune system. Even a mother's antibodies goes to the baby. So not just through pregnancy and through the placenta and her bloodstream, but her antibodies go through the baby via the breast milk. And when a mother is sick, for example, her body builds antibodies. It's immunity. That goes to the baby. So even if the baby does get sick, it's not so severe. Or we hope the baby will get enough antibodies so the baby won't get sick. It's just amazing how.
Beyond breastfeeding, how do we go about helping to promote a healthy immune system in a young child?
Diet.
Diet.
Healthy diet.
He says with exasperation.
Giving your children healthy, wholesome foods, fruit and vegetables with lots of minerals, lots of vitamins. We have to set an example to our children when it comes to diet. It's easy to get the quick takeaway, but we have to we have to show it to them. We have to immunize our children, protect them against what we can protect them against. Preventing smoke inhalation. So it's smoking, secondhand smoking as well. We have to look after our children's health in that way.
A lot of it stands to reason. Sister, thank you so much. I can feel your passion in this space, and hopefully you have felt a little bit of that at home as well. Absolutely amazing, the miracle of life. Amazing to see how the immune system develops from birth, actually in utero, and how these phases in one's life are so vital in creating a healthy immunity for life.
Looking for immune support? Remain at your peak all year round with Immuenza.
Now, Tropica Smooth fans were in the building earlier on this morning with so much energy and so much charisma. Right now, though, they are out at Muizenberg Beach with Ukatlego Mabue, taking each other on a number of challenges. The first one was a bottle challenge, so let's see what this one is all about.
We're coming to you live from Muizenberg Beach here in Cape Town, and we're talking all things #Tropica. We've been hanging out with the Smooth fans that will be taking part in this year's Tropica Island of Treasure all the way in Curacao. Trevor, Darren and Seti are here, of course, with Jamie Lee Domberg as well, who's been handling things out here. And she's put herself to the challenge. She wasn't required to do this. She said, I will volunteer myself. So what we're going to do is, of course, we know that Tropica Island of Treasure involves a lot of physicality as well. There's a lot of physical challenges, and the three of you gents look like you've been busting it out at the gym, you know? So what we're going to do, each of you are going to show us your favorite exercise that you like to do in order to get yourself ready, and then everyone else has to do it with you, and we see whether you can tie them out in 30 seconds. Do you guys think that you'll be able to do that? Of course. Because Jamie Lee said she can take all of you guys on without any problem.
I was just here because they were taking off the t-shirt, but okay, I'm here now.
Oh, that's the ticket you bought. That's it. Firstly, I want to ask you guys, though, what do you guys think of the girls, the smooth fans, the ladies in the competition? Do you think they're nearly as competitive as you guys are?
I love their confidence. Competitiveness, not compared to us boys, eh?
I feel like Sia's very competitive. Like, if you look right into her eyes, you can see like that. She's a beast.
There's a kill. There's a kill in those eyes.
I feel like Janiska's definitely going to give me a run for, for my money.
Yeah.
Just in terms of physicality and swimming and all the above.
Yeah, well, as you're standing here, I'm sure there's an entire nation of ladies and gentlemen that are just like, oh my goodness, look at these specimens of humanity. They should be representing us to an alien race. That's how good looking they are. What part of your muscular makeup have you been focusing on?
Specifically, I've been training legs.
Oh yeah?
Never skip legs.
His pecs were dancing.
Oh my, you got the dancing pecs? Okay. Darren, what about you?
Definitely some abs and a bit of shoulders and chest.
Okay, good. All right, good. Okay, so we're gonna start off with, let's go with Setu first. Setu, you're gonna show us your favorite exercise. I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds to try and tire everyone out. Okay, you ready? What's the exercise?
Very simple, guys. Lunges. Straight forward. Up. Back into position. Up.
So you gotta do them quick because you gotta tie them out.
All right, cool.
Get them tie you
All right, let's go.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay,
Hey.
count it. I'm looking at this time here. 4, 5, jump. 6,
jump up. Let's go. Let's go.
9.
Someone's slacking over here. Someone's slacking. Trevor, I see you. Trevor, I see you.
12.
Let's go. Let's go.
13.
I hate lunges.
14. Okay, let's cut this one out. Okay, Jamie Lee's burning up. Darren, what do you got? What do you have?
Okay, cool. So it's going to be a push-up with a twist. So we'll do 10 seconds of push-ups, and then we're going to go into mountain climbers.
Okay, so for example, you'll do this, push-ups, and then mountain climbers. All right, Jamie,
hit it up like that.
80 push-ups if you can. All right, here we
So
go.
10 seconds.
3, 2, 1, let's get to it. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbers for 30 seconds. Here we go. Here we go. Keep going. Oh yes.
Let's go. Let's go. 5.
Everyone's looking good. Jamie Lee's looking amazing.
8.
Setu's looking
9. 10.
Oh, look at him, Trevor, not even busting with sweat. Unbelievable. Okay,
14.
all right, get up. That was amazing. You guys are all too fast. Trevor, you're the last one. What do you have for us?
Okay, guys, so this is the combo. So I'm going to do one, and then you're going to follow me. Okay, so you lunge, squat, pistol squat, pistol squat, burpee. Okay, got it.
Wait. Illustrate that again, please. So
Okay,
it's
a jump lunge, into a jump squat, into a pistol squat,
pistol squat.
other leg pistol squat,
and
burpee.
Into a burpee. All right.
What is my life?
You guys, we're gonna do.
Let's try to do 3 times.
Let's go for 10 reps of that, right?
Okay.
10 reps of that on national TV. We are ready. The nation is ready.
Make
for
me
this.
look good.
Counting you down.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Lunge, squat, pistol squat, pistol squat, burpee.
That's 1 rep. Here we go. Rep number 2.
Lunge, squat, pistol, pistol,
Why are you guys moving forward? Get back. Here we go.
lunge,
Lunge.
squat, pistol,
Burpee. Oh my word. All right, you guys carry on doing that. You guys carry on doing that. You do that. While they are doing this, tiring themselves out, it's clear to see who is physically ready for this competition. Darren is still going, by the way. So in case you don't know yet, you can catch this season of Tropica Island of Treasure all the way in the island of Curacao in the Caribbean. The broadcast officially starts on the 3rd of March, 7:30 p.m. on SABC3, and you can catch repeats on Saturdays at 8 p.m. So make sure that you do stay tuned for that as we get to meet our Smooth fans today. It's been absolutely fantastic. We'll have some of the Smooth fans that are now headed back to the studio in the kitchen a little bit later on. I'm not sure why you stopped. You need to carry on. Here we go. Whoa!
Only you can make my day.
turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstar.co.za.
Love is in the air, yes. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So I think all of us are feeling a little bit of pressure before Valentine's Day, and maybe your partner is dropping hints left, right, and centre, leaving little things around to remind you that you could be on some beautiful island romantic getaway.
Yep.
Else you'll be sleeping on the couch for the next year. It's a whole year of reprisal. Rather than that last-minute thoughtless gift, we've got some beautiful, affordable, very romantic escapes to inspire you with, courtesy of our partners, travelstar.co.za. And they won't break the bank, most importantly, but they are very romantic. Nothing is more romantic than the right environment, yeah?
Yes, Graham, that is correct. And we're here to help you, get off the couch.
Well, that's what you're about, Linda.
Yeah,
so Linda obviously is a good mate of ours from Travel Start, but she inspires us because she has been to most of these places. And are you a romantic at heart?
Oh, yes.
Are you?
Yeah. Look, I would put someone on the couch if they had forgotten Valentine's Day. Let's just say it as it is.
But honestly, I mean, an experience is so much better than a thing. So if you're thinking of a way of showing your love, taking somewhere special, there could be nothing better. So let's talk about the top 5 romantic escape destinations that you have identified.
Okay, so these are a bit different to... the ones we usually throw out, little island, little cliche. And I would say these are the ones that when you hand over, hot tip, when you hand over the roses, you should be writing this down. Hand over the roses and then slip a little bit of an e-ticket in there and say, this is your gift. Okay, so this won't be for Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. No, this is you're thinking, I don't just love you on Valentine's Day, I love you in about 3 months' time.
Our love is endless.
It's endless, and we are going to spend it in Marrakesh. Like different. We're throwing them out there. Last week we did top 2020 destinations. This is like bucket list. My favorite place of all time, Kyoto, in Japan. That came out of left field. I know you weren't thinking of that, but it is. Look, I mean, seriously, I climbed those stairs. You go through there. There's like thousands of them, and I did it after a marathon the day before. It was insane, but amazing. So mystical, so unreal. Just spectacular. Then there's Aruba Beach, one of the few islands in,
oh my goodness.
Look, I mean, it's insane, and you will not get hit by the typical Caribbean hurricanes, cyclones, anything. It's absolutely wind-free, that island. It's magnificent, long, beautiful beaches. Loved it. Exactly. There we go. You're going to sing that when you give the gift. Yeah. We've got this going on now. There's amazing. And then Santorini, Greece is getting more and more popular.
I know
epic.
this place.
You don't. Look at that. Look at that. That little donkey can take you up to anywhere for you and your love.
Again.
You will. And actually,
3 times.
3 times round. And this is also an epic place for, this is actually a great singles destination also. So it's a little bit of everything for everyone there. It's amazing. I mean, Namibia, let's just go local, a little bit more local. I mean, look, just sitting under that never-ending sky, looking at those sand dunes.
Never-ending sand.
Never-ending sand. It just...
Can I do all of these together?
Yes, well, I mean, just www.travelstar.co. We'll help you out there.
The tour of love, we shall call it.
Right
there.
there.
Man, that's awesome. Not that we need to actually carry on. I think you had a bit of a drop mic moment there.
Yeah.
But if we're looking to get away from the crowds and do something that's quite unique here locally, what are some of our best local getaways?
Yeah, and you know what? That's what South Africa does best. You can get away from the madness quite easily, and it's short, sweet trips. This is for your surprise Friday morning. Hot tip, write it down. We are going
a little late on the draw. Okay.
Yeah, late on the draw. It's there is the Cape Townians. I mean, look at the winelands. You can't beat that. Sitting in a little boutique hotel, sipping a little glass of old Pinotage or something, a little rosé, a cheeky rosé in the winelands. The Cedarburg. I mean, can you beat that? oh my gosh, I mean, look at those caves. It's magnificent. Then literally, amazing. The Drakensberg, KZN actually runs throughout our country, so you're hard pressed not to be able to get into those mountains.
Yeah.
Beyond words, just looking up at the majesty of those mountains. It's ridiculous. I mean, sitting next to an open fire, listening to the howl of a hyena, obviously not in the Drakensberg, because then you've got a situation, but in the Kruger Park, the Pielansberg.
The bush is very romantic.
You know, you could do that. I mean, look at that. That rhino is not as romantic as I was hoping, but, you know, it's still, I mean, he's there for us.
No, you bond when you're looking at wildlife. When you have a rare wildlife sighting, it unites you.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm now flying solo. Where is your boyfriend? Maybe you are... You are looking to fly solo this Valentine's Day. What's a good destination to go on I'm going to fall in love with myself kind of a journey?
I'm going to fall in love with myself, or there is the party capitals of the world. If we think about it from a party aspect, then the Greek and Spanish islands take that. I mean, you'd be hard-pressed not to find love, and I say that in very big inverted. Yes, very. That's not the long-term one. You probably won't be together next year. But Greece as a whole, phenomenal. Ibiza, the Mallorca island.
Where the beach turns into a nightclub.
I mean, not my idea of greatness. But then, you know, it's just fascinating now is that the world is just much more aimed at solo travelers. Like you could, you know, special interest groups. If you're a runner, cyclist, a poet, you can find groups that, you know...
Instagram has changed the world.
There's a place for anyone. It's there.
Oh, man, I just want to leave. I just want to grab my girl, my bag, and just go. How do I do it? How do we get up there?
Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. You know, jump on our website. I want to just give you a hot tip. There's a destinations tab on the website. And if you're thinking, oh, my gosh, I'm in trouble, I need to book something quickly, you can go through. There's information on every single destination, practically, that we're talking about today. They're everywhere. Sign up for the blogs. I mean, I fall in love with travel when I read our blogs. So the Travel Stop blog is phenomenal. Our travel agents are there to guide you with your budget, your time frame. So give them a ring. They're sensational.
They've all done it. And what I love about you guys is you've put these to the test, which is important.
We have. I mean, did I say Kyoto? I could talk about that forever. Can we go straight on through to afternoon Expresso? I don't know.
You're more than welcome to. No, we absolutely adore the destinations. You've actually blown my mind. You've got the wanderlust is strong. So I'm going to add my voice to that. Travelstart.co.za. From an experience of the website itself, it is absolutely brilliant. I think they've won awards just for being able to gear it up to really give you what you need. But do it. Go out there and travel. Give the real gift of travel this Valentine's Day. Beautiful. Great way to bond in all seriousness. There is nothing better than experiencing a destination together. Travel is our first love, so we are skipping the flowers and chocolates to seek out romantic escapes and experiences.
I'm feeling the love.
Instead, we love it. So your starting point should be travelstart.co.za. Get the best deals, most importantly, with awesomely affordable packages to destinations around the world and here in South Africa. Travelstart.co.za. That's our first love. Shall I compare thee to a...
We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand. Only on travelstart.co.za.
Now, when it comes to paradise, I can only think of one place, and that is Mauritius. Whether you're looking to relax or unwind from reality or enjoy a little bit of romance and adventure, it truly has it all. Now, I had the opportunity of experiencing and getting a little taste of this paradise at the So Mauritius Hotel. So let's see what went down. When you're looking to unwind and escape for some much-needed serenity, there truly is no better place than the So Mauritius Hotel in Bel Ombre. With 5-star luxury as your base and the crystal clear, warm Indian Ocean, the sights of sea and land awaits. As I walk into the So Mauritius restaurant,
I was so excited to see the impressive range of the delicious breakfast buffet options. There were so many to choose from. The chefs were on it that morning to ensure that we have a breakfast fit for a champ. I truly enjoyed the fresh produce of fruit and croissants, and also my favorite part was just experiencing the chefs making the breakfast in front of you.
Staying at So Mauritius is pure paradise.
From the beautiful white sandy beaches, the amazing marine life, to the adventurous outdoor activities, it really can't get any better.
It's my first time kayaking and I'm really excited, but I really hope that the boat doesn't topple over because, you know, a girl can't swim. I definitely recommend kayaking in Mauritius because, number one, the crystal clear waters and the white sandy beaches are so inviting, and secondly, the sports center facilitators are also very welcoming and they're willing to show you around and how to do things, which made me, you know, a little bit at ease, especially because I'm not quite a strong swimmer. Initially, I was so scared. I was scared of the ocean, I was scared of getting on the boat, but once I was in there and in the ocean, I was having the best time. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
You guys should definitely try it. I'm just glad that the boat didn't topple over. Now that I'm on land, I'm ready to see what else the hotel has to offer. After a beautiful and adventurous morning at the beach, what better way to enjoy the local delights than sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying paradise? Right now, I'm about to learn how to make my own cocktail. My first experience of making a cocktail, it was so much fun. I mean, I made a simple mojito, which is one of my favorite cocktails. But this time, you know, I got to learn the perfect ratios, what to mix, and how to mix them together. And it's the perfect thing to learn, especially welcoming in summer. So when I'm hosting a lot of people, I know exactly what to do. Cocooned in this delicate Asian sanctuary lies an award-winning Mauritius spa. So I think it's going to be a hot stone massage and facial for me. After a very active morning, you know, I thought I should treat myself to a massage. So I decided to get a facial and a hot stove massage, which was much needed. There's absolutely nothing wrong with some TLC, tender love and care. So that was the perfect opportunity to fit in some TLC for me.
So important to take the time to just relax and treat yourself to some me time. After all, I am a princess.
What is a holiday without some TLC, right? I almost fell asleep. That's how amazing it was. Now, as dusk slowly approaches, I think it's the perfect time to reflect on today's activities. After a long day of so many activities, I am starving, and lucky for me, it's Mauritian night tonight. As I walk into the restaurant, I am welcomed by so many different spices, so many different Mauritian delicacies, and I cannot wait to sink my teeth in them. My stay here at So Mauritius has been absolutely amazing.
The delicious local cuisine, the warm, friendly staff, and just being able to roll out of bed onto the beach, it truly is heaven on earth.
And when the night is still young and you have fuel left in the tank, treat yourself to some local music and traditional Mauritian dancing. The perfect ending to this paradise island.
Wow.
Oh.
Hey.
What a dream. It was the first time outside of South Africa, and imagine experiencing it like that in Mauritius.
Oh, man, it looked amazing. I've got such wanderlust right now, man. Take me away. Oh, that's inspired me. But we're going to see more of your beautiful Mauritian adventures.
Yes.
Did you find love out there?
No,
Where is your
unfortunately
boyfriend?
No. Maybe next time when I visit, I'll come back home with someone.
Back. Well, we're going to have more fun with our Tropica consumer contestants after the break. Also get back in the kitchen. Whole lot of fun. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Clover No Lac, lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso right here on SABC3. Right now we are in the kitchen joined by Uzi Kila. We have health and fitness influencer, right? And in studio this morning to do a special salad with loads of creaminess without any of the dairy. Thanks to Clover No Lac lactose-free medium fat milk. Now with Valentine's Day approaching, you can expect strawberries, cream, chocolates and roses, but you can also add a good dose of health for the ones you love with this tasty salad. Zinta, what are we making today? What salad are we making?
A nice fresh salad. It's a grilled corn salad with a bit of paprika, with a bit of sizzle, and then with that the no-lac dressing, avocado dressing there. And then we first char grill this. You need to get this nice charred grilled color. And then you burn you just put your griddle pan on a heat, and then you just braise with olive oil and paprika. Just brush it through your pastry brush, and then just char grill it and all sides, like 8 to 10 minutes.
How long do you, 8 to 10 minutes?
Yeah, in about 8 to 10 minutes, all sides. Just keep on turning it around, and then just let it cool on the side, and then you go onto your salad, and then you rinse your kidney beans there, and then, just shave your corn after it's...
Oh, you shave it off,
yeah,
and then it's...
but you must let it cool first. Yes, you must let it cool first, and then you put on your ingredients. You cube your cucumber, cube your pineapple, red onion, tomatoes, spring onion there, and then you just throw them all together.
It looks absolutely colorful. I love a very colorful, nutritious salad.
Yes.
It's fresh, you know, and it's also a very nice meal for summer. It's very light, but also it's very filling.
Very filling as well.
Yeah, now the Clover No Lac lactose-free medium fat milk is high in nutrients and easy to digest. There's added calcium and vitamin D, which are nutrients known to be lacking in the diet of a lactose intolerant person. So this truly is a salad for everyone to enjoy.
Yes.
And it's very simple.
It's very simple. You just grill, let it chill, you just cool it down, and then you shave it after it's done. And then in the meantime, you just throw in everything else. But what makes the salad is the dressing.
Oh, and how do you make the
avocado
dressing?
no-lac avocado dressing.
Okay.
And then you just obviously peel off your avocado, pip out, and then you throw it in there.
How many avocados are we using now?
We're using
avocado.
one, yes. And then with your bit of coriander there, it's very harsh. It's a jealous herb, so you just need to be careful.
So it takes over.
Yeah, it takes over. It takes over, yes.
Ooh.
And then if you like a bit of kick, and then you can just use your red, which I love a bit, chilies.
Oh, this is chili. This is chili.
Yes.
I
and
also
then,
love a little bit of kick, so I don't mind you putting a little bit of chili in there.
And then the creaminess comes from our no-lac clover.
Yes.
And then just half a cup. And then into our blender. Obviously, salt and pepper to taste. And then we close it.
It seems pretty easy and anything that anyone can do because the ingredients are very easily accessible at any supermarket.
Yes,
and it's very
definitely.
quick to make as
Definitely.
well.
There we
now,
go.
the keyword is Clover. Make sure to SMS Clover to get your hands on this ingredient to 33728. I'm pretty sure you do want to have your hands on this ingredient. A lot of people have made resolutions for 2020 to keep a healthy lifestyle, and this is definitely one way to do it. Do you need some help here?
Suddenly, I can't use a NutriBullet.
Oh, okay. Girl, same here, hey? Oh, wait.
It's supposed to just twist and...
Okay, there we go. Oh! While we are struggling with this, okay? Oh, thank you so much, Kat. Kat, to the rescue, everybody.
Hi, how are you? So, okay.
Okay, while Kat is trying to help.
There we go.
There we go.
Thank you.
Let's check out.
You just had to make an appearance.
Be free with Clover No-Lac lactose-free medium-fat milk and this recipe for a delicious, summery grilled corn salad. Add half a tablespoon of paprika to a touch of pride and stir to combine. Brush 4 cobs of sweet corn with the flavored oil and char grill on all sides. Once cooled, cut the kernels off the cob. Then add half a red onion, diced, half a diced ripe pineapple, a cup of halved cherry tomatoes, a tin of drained and rinsed red kidney beans, a quart of cubed cucumber, 3 sliced spring onions, and then toss to combine. Add half a cup of No-Lac lactose-free medium-fat milk to a blender, followed by a handful of chopped coriander, 1 chopped red chili, the juice of 1 lime, 1 peeled and halved avo, and blend until smooth. Pour the creamy avo dressing over the salad. Toss to combine and you're done. Crispy, crunchy, packed with all the flavor and none of the dairy. This is a delicious salad to enjoy by itself or as a side to any braai.
Made with love by Clover.
I am so disappointed in the both of us, Zinhle. How did we manage to struggle with this? So simple. Kat to the rescue, thank you so much. It's really that simple. If you want to get your hands on this amazing, amazing recipe, make sure to SMS the keywords to 33728. Zinhle, so that you've mentioned, if it's not creamy enough, all you need to do is to add more No-Lac. Yeah.
There's never too much No-Lac.
Never too much.
Yeah.
It's the hero of the day.
The hero of the day is our No-Lac. So it's just any opportunity to add on,
yes,
just add on. But just add with a bit, just so that you don't get it too runny as well. And
so
then,
it's the right consistency.
Yeah, this is the right consistency.
And this is the final step, everybody. Ooh, it looks so delicious and so
This is what makes the salad. This is what
Yes.
makes the salad.
Oh, the color. I can imagine that it's a burst of flavor also in your mouth. I can't wait to taste it.
If you're going to do this for your Valentines, instead of cubing the cucumbers, you can just take those hard what is this?
Heart
cake
shape.
cutters? Yes. And then you can just shave those. Like with the pineapple as well. Just have it hearty. Just have it, you know?
Love flowing all over. Okay, Zinhle, I would love to taste. So if you can kindly pass me the fork, my darling.
There we go.
Thank you. Can I dig in?
Yeah.
This is so exciting.
Amazing.
So exciting.
Amazing.
Literally perfect dish for everybody. Light, very flavorful and very creamy. Thank you so much for joining us, Zinhle.
That No-Lac-y, dressing-y, avocado-y
It's
thingy.
present.
Yes.
It's there.
Just there.
It's giving me that
Just thing.
That thing.
That thing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Clover No-Lac, lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover.
Now, there was no cheese in that recipe because we took all the cheese. Okay, we're getting very cheesy on Expresso this Valentine's Day. Like embarrassment level 1 million. So if you or someone you know are famous for their sheer cheesiness of their pickup lines and romantic gestures, then you stand a chance of winning a 2,000 Rand game gift voucher. And we've been asking you guys to post your sheer cheesiness, and I mean like extra aged cheddar cheese, like 6 months matured cheddar cheese. And we've had some pretty cool comments coming through, some quite heartfelt, it must be said, some very cheesy indeed. So I'm going to get through some of the social media comments that have been posted on our Facebook page next to the official competition post. Loshni Losh saying, will you marry me again, babe? Let's renew our vows. 3 kids later. Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. Hashtag got game. Then Althea January getting quite heartfelt. Actually, this one I like. Surprised my husband with a romantic dinner at home. Candlelight bubble bath with and then massaging his feet in our foot spa and a back massage. Dinner will definitely be seafood and sushi and strawberries and cream for dessert. My amazing husband works so hard and is on the whole day on his feet. I just want to make his evening relaxing and romantic. That sounds like an awesome night. Then Romano Olafia saying this will be my very first time celebrating V-Day because I always get into a relationship after V-Day, break up before V-Day. Oh, buddy, but you still got game. Luckily this year I'm in a relationship, planning to spend the day with my lovey. Firstly by setting up a picnic during the day, then later taking her away on a white horse to my man cave. Then Gresham Maran saying this Valentine's Day I'm planning to ask someone amazing out on a date, our very first date, and I've got the perfect pickup line because she has an incredible sense of humor. Girl, you're like my appendix. I don't know what it is you do, but this feeling in my stomach just wants me to take you out. That's pretty cheesy, dude. You're on cheese level like 6 there. Privilege Mahoya saying, I'm taking my V-Day game to the next level, excuse the pun, by surprising my Valentine with the PlayStation from game that he's been longing for. He is my all-time Valentine crush. You're gonna seal the deal, undoubtedly. And then let's get through one more here. Byron Janssen saying, is your name Google? Because you have everything I've been searching for. Wink, wink. This will be our first Valentine's Day celebration as a married couple. Nice. And on the 16th of February is our first year anniversary. Our beautiful baby boy is 7 months old, and it would definitely be a blessing to get that voucher and spoil my wife for being the most amazing woman in my life. That was a nice comment, Judy. Had a bit of cheese, a bit of heartfelt love. So here's the deal. If you've got game this Valentine's Day, all you have to do is reply to our Facebook post. Tell us how you are taking your Valentine's Day game to the next level. Share your pickup lines, and they're going to be cheesy, or maybe your grand gestures on our Facebook page on that post with the hashtags #GotGame and #BeOurValentine. Cheese it up, and who knows, a 2,000 Rand game voucher could be yours this Valentine's Day. Won't that help you out? You can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new day. It's a Tuesday, and it is a Tropica Tuesday. Yeah. #Tropica all the way. Now, what better than a cold, thick, creamy smoothie on a hot summer's day? To make it even smoother, I've got the 3 beautiful ladies that are joining us. Of course, our smooth Tropica fans. They're going to be part of this season of Tropica Island of Treasure. Kaldeen, Sia, and Yaneska. Welcome to our kitchen, by the way.
Thank you.
I don't know, how handy are you ladies in the kitchen?
I can work the NutriBullet.
Yeah?
Cut this down.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, is that a bit of shade that I sense there? Oh.
What?
Sia, what about you? Are you good at it?
I'll give myself a 9 out of 10.
Yaneska,
Yes.
what about you?
Can I get it, like, I put in some effort, but...
She's just going to hand us the ingredients. She's going to, yeah.
And I will put
She's
it in.
handy
That's
at
okay.
handing.
You know, teamwork is very important when it comes to Tropica Island.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Excellent stuff. So we're going to be making this beautiful, creamy pina colada smoothie.
That looks delicious.
Right? The end result looks amazing. Kaldeen, you got the lowdown on the ingredients.
100%.
Exactly what we need, right? So take us through it.
So we're using double thick creamy yogurt, frozen bananas. Obviously, it wouldn't be a Tropica smoothie without the delicious Tropica pina colada. Yes. Some lovely pieces of mango, pineapple, fresh mint, and a little bit of coconut shavings just for decoration. You know?
What?
Yes. Am I starting this now?
All right, okay.
Please
Yaneska,
add the ingredients.
She's so excited.
Please add the ingredients.
And while you do that and prepare this, ladies, I need to ask you, have you been looking at nutrition, changes in your nutrition in order to prepare for Tropica Island of Treasure, or is it just kind of like normal day as you go ahead?
This one.
100%. I've definitely changed my diet as prep for Tropica. So I think about, I've started about 2 months ago, just going plant-based. And it's living its life. I love it.
Are you okay?
See, I'm awake. Oh, Janeska.
I could
Do you need some help
never.
there, girl?
Yes, I need some rubber gloves for some grip, you know. You can carry on. Just watch my talent here as well.
So yeah, what about you? Have you been making any changes to your nutritional regimen?
I could never be a vegan, never. I suffer wild meat too much.
Yeah?
No.
Okay, all right.
But I did cut out red meat.
Okay.
So I'm incorporating a lot of veggies into my diet. More veggies, more water.
Always good.
You gotta hydrate all the time.
Get those enzymes.
Yes.
I see. What about you, Janeska?
So, I believe like it's important to make healthy decisions, like eat fruit. Well, actually, it's also just important to have all your meals for the day. And then it is also healthy to have some ice cream.
Oh, yes.
You're keeping a nice balance.
good.
Keeping
She
a
did
nice
good.
balance about it. How are you doing with the recipe, the balance of the ingredients?
So I think this is getting very full. Oh, see, that's very important as well. You can't just read the ingredients, but you also need to know your
measurements.
Portions. Yes, because now I'm maxed out.
No, girl, you can do it. I believe in you.
It's gonna come down to liquid, so don't worry about that.
Okay, I'm going.
Yes.
I'm going.
So lekker activate.
Okay, but that
I was in elk geval grind I think.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
it's all
Does the mint go in or after? Is it garnish
mint
or
goes in.
Put him inside.
Okay.
And then
here.
Tropica.
Oh yes, this is the most important one. Tropica. Pina colada. Okay, guys, sorry, I'm going.
Please.
Half, please. Make sure.
Oh my word.
I think we're under the max and we're great.
No.
Okay, got everything in. Let us blitz this guy.
This is very good
I
teamwork,
think it's
I'm
going
gonna
to be a
say.
bit too thick.
Well, let's just move it all around. Shaky.
Okay.
Would you like to do the honors or can I?
I love. Okay.
Drum roll.
Okay.
That was close. There we go. Oh, someone dance moves on the grind. Okay, all right. Okay, right, I think you can get it in there. Also, by the way, I've got to ask you, ladies, what do you think of the male contestants that we've got on Tropica Island? You can pour it in the meantime. What do you guys think of the guys?
I think they all look like they're relying a lot on their strength, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to be paired up with maybe one or two of them if the celeb contestants aren't the best. But other than that, yeah, I think we can still take them. We're pretty fierce. Right, have you seen Janeska's guns?
You can pour them in here.
No, guys, I'm hiding it.
Yeah, we can definitely take them.
But the boys' muscles are...
All right, let's get Graham and Kutla to come in here. And of course, remember...
Shade here.
Hey,
What
all good. I've got to remind everyone at home very quickly that from the 3rd of March, 7:30 p.m., SABC3, catch Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao. Let's get the guys to come in here as well.
Get in here,
and then you
Jane.
can catch Hold on, guys, hold on. Very important information.
Okay,
Hold on.
well done.
Repeats are on Saturdays at 8 p.m. That's my pit. Thank you very much for coming in, guys. Really appreciate it. Hashtag Tropica.
Cheers,
Okay, I think it is time for us to get going now and to enjoy the rest of our Thursdays. Hey, it's a very important day today, by the way, guys. This is the commemoration of the day that Nelson Mandela was released from prison 30 years ago, I believe. 11th of February. So keep that in the back of your mind as you go about your day. We're going to leave you in peace and say goodbye. We'll do it again tomorrow morning. Try and make someone smile out there. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Can I pass me the actual... Can I try and see that?
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.